Hello and welcome to Saturday Night Football. Tonight we're at Telstra Dome for a huge match between the Kangaroos and Collingwood. It's also another big night for the recently retired Jason McCartney. He's currently being farewelled with a lap of honour, and to top things off, he's had a medal struck in his name. The inaugural Jason McCartney Medal will be awarded to the most courageous player in tonight's game. And courage is something Jason knows plenty about. Welcome, Jason.
Steve, how are you?
Good, mate. A chance to officially say goodbye to your fans tonight.
Yeah, look, it is fantastic. It's pretty humbling sitting here, and it's great I got the opportunity tonight where Collingwood gave me my first start in the AFL, and obviously the Kangaroos have been a huge part of my life. And the medal in your name, it's an enormous honour. Yeah, it is, and it's something that probably doesn't sit that comfortably with me at the moment, but it's something within time and in years that, look, I'll grow to appreciate a lot more.
And quickly, who's going to win?
Oh, the Kangaroos will probably win by less than 3 points, I reckon, so I'm hoping. But let's hope for a really good game, which we usually get here.
Enjoy the moment, Jason. We'll speak to you later tonight.
Thanks very much.
So lots to look forward to. Robert Walls, as I welcome you tonight. McCartney, as he said, started his career with Collingwood, finished with the Roos, and I think the medal's a great idea.
I do too. I think it's great, and I think the players who win it as the years go by, they'll be enormously proud because it's in the name of Jason McCartney.
Well, we've got a game of footy to be decided tonight. It's a very important game as far as this year is concerned. Take us through the lineups.
Well, have a look at the Kangaroos forward line. Lee Harding, their #1 goal kicker, and Big Sav back in some form. Corey Jones kicking plenty of goals. Kinnear coming in, Prestigiacomo solid in defence, and also Ben Johnson, the dasher, on that back pocket. Half forward line, Digby Morrell, David King, who's been kicking plenty of goals this year. Motlop's also a classy player. Up against the dash of Loney, Shane Wakelin and Clement, who's re-signed for the Kangaroos. We look at the midfields, Jess Sinclair on a wing, Shannon Grant on the other, and for the Magpies, Woden and Williams. Well, gee, classy players there, but the two in the middle, really looking forward to this contest. We've got two champions, and Adam Simpson, he is a champion. We know that Nathan Buckley is, and I really hope they go head-to-head to see how they go over the 4 quarters. But Nathan Buckley, the #2 kick-getter in the competition to this stage of the season. So looking forward to that one. Have a look at the half-forward lines, and for the Magpies, well, Batheris, Anthony Rocker and Shane O'Brien, who's having a pretty good season, playing mainly as a half-forward flanker, up against a fairly young half-back line for the Kangaroos. John Baird, Lee Brown and Rawlings there. Have a look at the back line for the Kangaroos. Shannon Watt, he's played every game. Archer, hard and tough as you'd expect. That'll be a good contest, won't it? Archer and Malloy. Chris Tarrant, the #1 goal kicker for the Kangaroos. Brody Holland and Makepeace. Makepeace, the defensive rebounder for the Kangaroos. So a lot of talent there. The on-ballers and a couple of young ruckmen there in Petrie and Fraser, and then at ground level, well, class everywhere with Harvey, Stevens, Burns, his 150th game, and Paul Lacuria. But the two young ruckmen, this will be a great contest. I think Josh Fraser has really gone up a couple of gears in the last month or two. He's been given that #1 ruck responsibility and has handled it particularly well. And of course, Drew Petrie, he'll have to take over with Spider Burton dropping out of the team tonight. On the interchange bench, and plenty of legs there for the Kangas with Wells, Stevens and Harris, and Porter will do relief ruck work. And for the Magpies, Didak the goal kicker, Richard Cole can play anywhere, Jason Cloak will spend some time at half-back, and Locken no doubt will do some tagging.
And as we see the Magpies come out, their job, I guess, tonight is to win 2 games in a row. They haven't done that, Rob, since round 3.
Yes, they need to get a string of games together. That gives you confidence. It's been a bit of a battle for the Magpies this year. They're hanging in there. They've got the 7 wins, and the opposition have got 7.5. Not much between the two teams, and they play a very similar style of football. That's not surprising when you consider that Dean Laidley comes from the stable of Mick Malthouse.
Speaking of style of football, interesting this year that the Kangaroos have proven that direct football is winning football. They average less disposals when they win compared to when they lose.
Yes, and that's certainly the carryover from the Dennis Pagan influence. There's no doubt that under Dean Laidley they do kick the ball short a bit more, but old habits die hard, and you see the Stevens and you see the Archers and you see the Harveys break off halfback, come through the midfield, and they do kick it long to the big rockers. And now they've got a couple of players in Petrie and Morrell who can certainly take a big grab.
A break. Big night tonight for Collingwood hard man Scott Burns. He plays his 150th game of AFL football.
is your moment. This is your moment. This is it. Your one chance at your dream. Your dream. How bad do you want it? Your life is going to change forever.
I took a vow of poverty, of chastity, and of humility. They didn't mention anything about Jarrah Chocolate. Every woman craves, every day. Jarrah, 99% fat-free.
Wouldn't it be nice if the world was cat-free? Driving in the car would be a tasty treat. Changing gear will soon become a problem. Cadbury dairy milk is so good to eat. When you arrive at your destination, you'll be greeted with an exclamation.
Another big crowd here at the Telstra Dome for this crucial match between 7th and 8th on the ladder. It's the Kangaroos up against Collingwood, and you just know, gentlemen, that it's going to be tight and tough tonight. Tim,
it's going to be beauty, Steve,
Yep.
and the Kangaroos could do Essendon a favour for what it means with 8 rounds still to go, but if they could beat Collingwood by about 26 points, they could play the Magpies out of the 8. Essendon currently 104.53. So in an average scoring game, let's say it was 100-74, the Kangaroos, that would just tilt the balance Essendon's way for the time being. It's that close.
Who are you tipping?
We'll go for Collingwood. The Kangaroos, yet again, the latest in the queue to try and disprove the Western hangover theory.
Yeah, Collingwood narrowly for me, Rob.
Yeah, Collingwood for me. I agree with you, Tim. No Victorian team's gone over there to play on the Subiaco Oval and then come back. Have a look at those two hard nuts. A lot of respect between them. Jared Malloy and Glenn Archer, they shook hands, and from here on, it'll be hell for leather.
This is an important game as far as season 2003 is concerned. Lots to play for as we start here. Holland got his head ripped off. Umpire said, that's okay, we'll bounce it again.
Good tackle across his chest. It was fine.
High chest. So we'll have a secondary bounce here. Fraser against Petrie. Quick kick out of the pack was by O'Brien. Rawlings cammed underneath it, couldn't mark. Make pieces there, well sport by Buckley. He taps it inside 50. Ball still in dispute. Kinnear got it out. Quick kick to full forward. Malloy, has he got the pace to get there? No, he hasn't. Well done, Rawlings, to get back. And the Kangaroos out of trouble.
Been excellent this year and makes a good start with a safe kick to Simpson, who pokes it down the half-forward flank. And that might have been a very intelligent kick for Grant to run onto it. He's a confident player, Shannon Grant, when he's in form. Morrell, the chance in the late inclusion, can have the first shot of the night.
Yeah, Morrell was in for Burton. And Shaw's out for Collingwood, by the way, and Kinnear has come in.
Well, Digby Morrell, I like the way he goes about his football. He takes plenty of pack marks. He puts his body in front. Not that he had to work too hard for that one, but he was in front. And he's kicked 16 goals this season. Interesting with the Kangaroos, they've got Harding, who's kicked 24, but then a spread of about 6 or 7 players who've contributed each week, who've kicked the 16, 17, 18 goals for the year.
Tight angle, and it just gets him. First scorer, Minor. Roos on the board.
Jared Waitley.
Shannon Watt has the... Sorry, Steve.
Let's go down to Jared Waitley.
Quarters, it is a huge crowd in here under the closed roof for the battle for supremacy in Victoria. The top deck is virtually chockers, which is quite often the barometer here. So 49,000 here last night. We'd expect a pretty similar crowd tonight.
Ian Collins will be the proverbial Cheshire Cat. I was going to say Shannon Watt's been given some big jobs this year, and he's been brought away from goal tonight to face the awesome task on Tarrant. Now that's Clement long down the flank. It's Baird out on Rocker, who tried to mark that. Now receives from Didak, flung it back into play. His direct opponent Baird gives it inside to Stevens, the senior, who gives to King.
King's got the pass on. It's a beauty too. Excellent kick. Right down the throat of Shannon Grant, who'll have a shot at goal about 45 metres out, as good as directly in front.
Well, they've used the ball well, haven't they? We talk about in the past the Kangaroos bombing the football forward. No doubt about that. That was a nice pass, and then Stevens across to Shannon Grant. You would expect him to kick this one.
3 Norm Smith medalists playing in this game. Grant is one of them. Got Archer and Buckley. In he comes from just inside 50, and he's missed quite badly in the end.
Well, it's only 2 shots at goal, but 2 that you'd expect them to get. They've already made a move, and Archer's moved up onto Chris Tarrant, and Watt is now playing on Jared Malloy.
Why would he do that now, Rob, without there having been an active play to influence him?
Yeah, look, I thought Archer would take Tarrant from the start.
Clement long ball, well done Betheris to Johnson, couldn't break the tackle. Woden wrong side, but used the right foot beautifully. Rocker in the right spot again, just couldn't hang on. Collingwood take plenty of contested marks in their front half, one of the leading teams in the comp in that respect.
And a lot of, well, there's Kinnear in picture, and he came into the Magpie team, but John Baird, he's been given the big job of playing on Anthony Rocker.
Fraser got the front position, tapped it nicely to Holland. Beautifully wrapped up by Anthony Stevens.
Held to him. Thanks, Stephen. Good tackle. Coming straight out, guys. Coming straight out.
It's interesting, Tim. Tarrant's now moved back to full forward, and Watt will play on him. So I think Dean Laidley's saying, I want Archer to play out at half-back. I want Watt to play at full-back. I don't care who you're on. At the moment, Tarrant's dropped back, so Watt will be full-back no matter who his opponent will be, whether it's Tarrant, whether it's Malloy, whether it's Rocker who drops back there.
And that'll be a free to Fraser, you'd expect.
Get up, back. Collingwood free kick, Josh. Give me the ball, Stephen. Here it is.
And Petrie not arguing with that one.
Yeah, well, all over him.
So free kick to Josh Fraser, who squares it up in the middle. Not a great option, I wouldn't have thought. Stevens did well to get boot to ball, but only as far as Clement. Now here's a chance for the Magpies. Got a clear break here to Kinnear, who just couldn't hang on to it. Buckley gets the spoils. Right foot kick, looking for Burns. It'll be a throw in.
Close call for the boundary umpire. He was right on the line, about 15 or 20 metres away, looking down the barrel. And he reckoned the 150 gamer touched it pretty much on the line. Well played by Brown, and scrambled it to King. Good result for the Kangaroos. Simpson again. And again Grant on the end of his kick. Johnson harassing him well.
Interesting matchup, that one, Tim, because Shannon Grant's all class, Ben Johnson is all pace. And he'll try to put a few tricks over young Johnson. Johnson just has to concentrate, play tight, force the ball out of bounds wherever he can. The 2 young ruckmen at it.
Most of the action in the Kangaroos front half early, and it continues to be for the moment. Buckley, 3rd touch of the ball already. Clever hands to Licuria, under the pump. Just got rid of it. Johnson, fierce tackling. O'Brien smothered. Stevens now in the traffic, doesn't mind that. Again, his kick's not up to much. Wakeland, Cloak, and Collingwood out of trouble.
And it's a good kick by Clark out into territory where Woden gets there first. Now he's got a chance to find Tarrant. Kick just not on the mark. Watt couldn't find Harvey. Now Tarrant can't break the tackle, but he's got support in Holland. Holland now decides to bomb it long inside 50. One-on-one contest here. Burns forced a fist from behind. Spills free. Baird Pressure handball to Harvey, who doesn't panic, and it's a good spot up as he finds Makepeace on defensive 50, Dockland side of the ground.
Plenty of warmth about the game. Buckley just intercepting. Kangaroos getting numbers to every contest. Stevens trapped over it. Now play on from Andrew Coates. Let it go. Can't let it go now.
And Corey Jones, Nathan Buckley's opponent is Corey Jones, which is an interesting one. Corey Jones mainly a half forward for the Kangaroos, but you can see that pass was intended to Jones. He didn't get it, and the Collingwood players are saying, well, what about a free kick against Stevens?
Harvey in the thick of things. There's Williams back in the side this week after injury. So it's been pretty uneventful start scoring-wise, hasn't it?
Yeah,
very tight.
The Magpies have taken Ryan Loney off the field, brought Jason Cloke on. Cloke immediately gone to Morrell.
Well, Woden was the third man up, and he's been penalised.
Yes, well, it's sudden death, isn't it? If you catch the ball in the ruck contest, you'll be given no time to get rid of it.
Shannon Grant putting paid to Malloy's protestation there by putting him on the deck.
That was a don't argue.
It was. Battle of the half-back lines at the moment. Clement on the kick. Was tackled. Found Betheris. Plenty of run about the Magpies. Lucuria. Now here's Tarrant on the long lead. Watt went to ground. Woden. Good tackle, Makepeace. And then wins the footy. Cleans up to Motlop, who can go all the way down the city wing. Kangaroos turning grim defence into something promising. Here comes King. Lovely bounce. Can't quite find the handle. Well tackled by Wakeland. Buckley. Tremendous intensity about it at the moment. Clement. And that is a very good kick.
Very clever kick. She's a hot footy at the moment as Cloke finds Williams just at half-back.
Well, he's got Anthony on the lead.
He kicks in the rocket direction and hits him on the chest.
And he's got Malloy on the lead, or the long kick, and Scotty Burns back there.
He goes long. Fraser coming in from the side was Brown. Clever tap to Grant. Put Harvey right under pressure.
Gee, he did. And Brodie Holland, you can see Brodie Holland, he's got the job on Brent Harvey. That would have hurt him. He wouldn't have expected that. And again, good to see Mick Malthouse giving his younger players new roles. It just, it makes them better players. He can use them in different situations.
I think that might have hurt Holland as much as it did Harvey.
Yeah, he cracked hard for a while there, Tim, but Brodie Holland, he doubled over there. You can see him in picture grabbing hold of Harvey. But he's hurting at the moment.
He's got nothing to be grumpy about. He laid the tackle. It went wrong. O'Brien. Collingwood with a very open 50 at those stoppages, but Watt did well on Tarrant. 3 times there's been a stoppage, 15 or 20 metres outside the 50. Each time just 2 players in the 50. Yep. Just what Collingwood want for Tarrant.
Shannon Watt, one of the quickest players on the Kangaroos list. For a big man, that's quite amazing what pace he's got.
Brown against Rocker, edged him out, but then gave it to O'Brien. And Rocker can mark it, and is within range.
Well, that ball came back very quickly, and John Baird, his opponent, was caught about 5 or 6 metres behind. He's not even in picture there, Baird, and he will. You hope he'll learn from that.
Got the mark, got the mark.
Gee, his player down behind. I don't know if there's much in it. It's Brodie Holland and Brent Harvey. They're just having a bit of a push and shove at each other.
They haven't stopped for the last 5 minutes, Rob.
The Rocker brothers have kicked 849 goals between them. Anthony makes it 850 with a magnificent roost.
and then it's been reversed.
And this is how it started. A little bit
That was
of
for the slap.
a whack in the face.
And then it was reversed. And the shot at goal from Rocker, or was it Burns in the end that had the ping? It was Burns, it was just the one behind. So the kick was reversed. That's very intense out there at the moment. It's the Magpies by 5 points.
So there was no centre bounce. He didn't miss a restart. Makepeace put pressure on themselves here. Watt there to help. And Motlop. They're still in a jam. King, very quick hands to Makepeace. Rocker nearly. Now Johnson up from the back half. Buckley, clear. Rams it. Rams it superbly.
Telstra has a new easy way of getting messages on your home phone, and it's completely free. It's called Telstra Home Messages 101. It takes messages when you're away from the phone, even when you're on the phone or internet. To turn it on, just dial 101. You know, it's great doing television without having to do a gag.
Telstra Home Messages 101. It's free to turn on and free to use. Dial 101 from home to turn it on.
And moments ago, this was the reverse free kick, which was well, pretty soft, really, considering what was going on. But anyway, it's a fantastic goal to Buckley, and the Magpies now lead by 11 points. Collingwood get another clearance. It's Woden who scrubs one to half forward. Archer gets there first. And really had no alternative but to head for the boundary line.
And have a look at that. Collingwood had all the attack. Last 5 inside 50s. Glenn Archer doesn't take many marks nowadays, and one of the main reasons is because he's got a crook hand.
Well done by Josh Fraser.
Well, that one on the chest. He's averaging 3 a game, and I'll tell you what, he's the hardest, toughest man to play on in the game.
And that's an excellent mark taken by Petrie, who somehow manoeuvred himself to the front posse. And off the ball, Brown and Rocker are going at it too. Plenty happening. To half forward go the Kangaroos. Morrell against Cloak.
Didn't have the foot in. Stay there.
Digby Morrell. The lead's on from Rocker. Clement gets in there to chop it off. The crumbing's done by Harvey. Gets the handball out, but intercepted by Johnson. And it's a good kick too. Squeezed it out. And pinpointed O'Brien.
Ben Johnson. Oft maligned, one of those players who his club supporters tend to always have in their sights when the team goes badly. He started beautifully tonight. Simpson to Motlop, now Rawlings. Kangaroos under the gun in the last 5 or 6 minutes. Kick with just enough carry to reach Harding. Beautifully threaded the eye of the needle. Likes to run, likes to have a shot. This time from the centre is just too far out. He finds the big Sav.
He did that well, and it was important that Sav hang on to that. Wasn't an easy mark. Prestigiacomo, his opponent, and of course Sav and Presti would have been teammates for many years back there with the Magpies. But Lee Harding, look, he's a goal kicker, but he also is a quality midfielder, and he just had the composure. You can see Big Sav on the lead and puts it out in front of him. Very, very hard for Prestigiacomo to get a fist on that. And after a couple of Collingwood goals, it's important that the Kangas get there first.
The Rocker boys at either end of the same backyard. From 51, that's a mighty thumping kick. And it gave the left goal post pretty serious blow. Kangaroos 3 behinds. The game is still football. And Collingwood are in front by 10 points because of 2 beautiful kicks of the ball.
Clement to bring it back in.
Thank you.
To Johnson. He's got Cloak on. So the Magpies work the ball out of defence to Lucuria. Target is Buckley. Getting back with courage was Sinclair. Couldn't take the mark, but brought the ball to ground. Well done. Now Simpson to Stevens. Back to Simpson from 52. Stevens into the Simpson into the goal square, but there for the Magpies in the last line is Cloak.
And Nathan Buckley with the same sort of a kick would have put it over the fence. Much better kick is Buckley. Simpson, I think, is now running with Buckley.
Thrilling tempo about this game early. Locken, Williams back to Locken. They made a mess of it, but they had the time and space. Now Tarrant, beaten by the bounce. Malloy. Archer adopts the same tactic and gives to Harvey. Kangaroos win the day. Motlop having a bit of it. No room. Throw in on the wing.
Nathan Buckley in picture, and he kicked that booming goal. Adam Simpson now playing on him.
Buckley leading the rankings. He's had 4 disposals so far, plus the goal. Here he is again for touch number 5. And as you'd expect, he uses the ball beautifully to Tarrant, who squares it up. It's a good kick, finding some spaces. O'Brien on the left. Finds Burns and just a little nod of approval as Burns will line up from 40 metres out.
Most unselfish play by Shane O'Brien.
Scotty's where he is now.
Could have been excused for having a shot. And the umpire issuing instructions, telling Makepeace, you are right on the mark, don't go over it.
11 goals, 9 this season for Scott Burns. Tonight playing his 150th match. And the Maggies have got their 3rd.
Do you know the joke about 2 guys walking into a bar? This is the bar. And that's the 2 guys. She doesn't realise it yet, but she's in a joke.
Brewery Fresh Carlton Draft. Draft beer at its best.
Collingwood by 16 points. O'Brien, Buckley and Lucuria. And Simpson and Makepeace getting a bit of it for the Kangaroos. Rawlings has been useful, and he's in the starting 4 there. Into the 50, Cloak. Surrounded. Stevens running onto his wrong side. Mown down from behind. Buckley won't like this.
Have to come back.
Which is just as well.
What I saw was you going to his back, okay? There.
Nathan Buckley saying...
you turn him enough?
Buckley saying, I bent my knees and I turned. Gee, I don't know if he was into his back all that much there, more into the side.
Once upon a time, if you tackled from behind and the player with the footy went forward, it was always a free kick. The interpretation has been liberalised, and maybe this week we're seeing a bit of a crackdown. Now Stevens, his side needs one. The distance he knows is beyond him. Motlop lets go and kicks a beauty. Margin back to 10 points.
Crucial goal, Rob, but they needed the next one.
They did, and a smart goal, and you summed it up perfectly, Tim. I'll have a look at the free kick. Buckley says, I got him to the side, I bent my knees.
I reckon that's fair enough too. He had an argument there, didn't he?
Yeah. And we'll have another look at it from this angle. I think Stevens is fortunate, but wasn't it smart play? Stevens knows he can't make the distance. Daniel Motlop, well, he's a thumping long kick. And that'll be something that Mick Malthouse says to his players at quarter time. Players like Stevens and Simpson, when they're having a set shot, 45, 55 out, be ready for the handball off.
Magpies by 10 points. Buckley again. O'Brien got a horrible bounce. Sinclair. In support is Simpson. Harvey lets it bounce. Backs himself to Makepeace. He's going to have to kick hurriedly, and it's a turnover. Burns. Now Lucuria. Plenty of time to use the kick. Not a good one, though. Fortunately, it comes back to Collingwood. Won't widen the snap. Hits the post. Almost a costly turnover.
He was willing it back, just missed. And you can see on his hand, he's got a message, not under his arm, but that's a tattoo. I don't know what that says. But on his hand, he always has something on his hand, a message to keep his focus through the game.
Don't get any more tattoos, I think.
That's in samurai. I can't read samurai.
It's from his mum. Enough tattoos.
Watt receiving from Harvey. One post for each. Now Stevens, the old workhorse, been pretty good early. Morrell has to wait a long time, but did it beautifully as Anthony Rocker overplayed his hand. Bad kick from Morrell, missed the target. Burns cloaked now. And Collingwood out of trouble too easily that time.
Gee, Anthony Rocker is free.
And he might get it from O'Brien. And the Collingwood supporters love these. The man on the mark is a centimetre or two outside the 50. He can kick it from there. The roof is closed. This is his range.
I don't think he'll handball it off, Tim. And that's a great advantage that Collingwood have got. Players like Tarrant, Anthony Rocker, Buckley. They know that they can kick goals from 60 metres out. Betheris has given him a lead to the pocket. I think Anthony's saying, well, I reckon I'll have a crack myself.
Collingwood lead by 11 late in the quarter. It's another big kick. Mighty kick.
If your dollar's not going as far as it used to, race into Bunnings Warehouse because nobody beats our prices. Like tub with rope handles, only $9.98. Fan heater, hello, $24.98. Electric chainsaw, great value at $139. Smoke alarm, just $8.98. Door and window frame seals, only $3.98. And if you happen to find a cheaper price on a stocked item, we'll beat it by 10%.
Bunnings Warehouse.
Lowest prices are just the beginning.
They're trying to work out what's at something footy. It's the tattoo on the inside of the arm.
Hard or hot?
Might be hard at footy.
The tattoo on the inside of the arm is Dare to Dream.
How do you know that?
Reliable sources. As the Kangaroos go into attack, the big fly. No mark. Johnson got it to Clement. And he'd be happy with that kick. That was an excellent kick under pressure. He's gained about 50 metres for his team as we have a throw in on the wing. Collingwood 26, Kangaroos 9 as we wind down in this first quarter.
And the difference between the teams, the capacity to construct forward moves and finish them. Holland, well tackled. Took a long time for anyone to get their hands on the footy then. Both teams middle ranking in the comp for handballs, and they're dead level here.
Adam Simpson in picture, just making contact with Nathan Buckley on left of screen. He's not 100%, Adam Simpson.
Wells climbing in and giving it to Simpson. Good centering kick. Rocker with 3 against him, which means the Roos must have a crummer or two. Umpire not sympathising with Clark, who contributed to the high contact.
Umpire saying, I think he ducked his head. And let's have a look.
Good call.
Yeah, I think it's a good call, Tim.
Kick out from the Kangaroos goal. Wakeland, Collingwood's defence doing exceptionally well. Fraser unloading long, and again Collingwood's attacking half open. Baird, though, completely outpointed Rocker. Magpie fans, as you'd expect, insisted that their man had at least a hand in there.
Baird in the true centre-half back position.
No one behind him.
Goes square to Archer. Looking for Morrell. Clement the spoiler. Burns.
Just good numbers at the ball, Collingwood. They are working hard. There was a 3-on-2 situation there. They're just reading it and covering the ground to help each other. And they've just jumped away to a pretty handy start here.
Fraser. Beautiful tap to Burns. Clement, who's been in the thick of things, did well. To Fraser, to Johnson. Looking for Tarrant. Free kick. Is advantage being paid? No, we'll come back.
Well, he gave them plenty of time to take advantage of the advantage, but in the end they didn't, so he'll bring it back. And the free kick goes to Tarrant against Archer.
Tarrant to Fraser. He's off to Clement. They've got the wall up the Roos. So Clement's forced to go wide to Williams. Into the pocket. Malloy uses his bump beautifully. Stuck out the big backside. Yep. And he's got a shot at goal. About 45 out. The angle's pretty tight.
And a nice pass by Williams. Again, they pass the ball well into their forward 50 area. And the forwards certainly present well. They lead strongly, the Collingwood forward. So the player with the footy, he's always got 2, 3, sometimes 4 options to go to.
12 goals, 8 this season to Jared Malloy.
And the umpire telling the runner to go away.
And just the behind.
Which might well be the last score of the quarter. A good turn for the Magpies. A clear 3-goal lead. Kangaroos would have to be very quick to score or make an awful mistake to let Collingwood in. Brown contesting with Malloy. Baird for Wells, who is quick. Now Grant. Got to move it quickly. So Collingwood have had the better of it in the opening term of this very important round 14 clash, and they lead by 18 points. Anthony Rocker kicking 2 of their 4.
Just the quality of the goal kickers. We saw Buckley kick an absolute beauty from about 55 metres out, and Anthony Rocker kicked a couple of long goals. Kangaroos had their opportunities, particularly early in that first quarter, and well, at this stage they'll be ruining them.
So that ends a tough first quarter here at the Telstra Dome. It's the Magpies leading the Kangaroos by 3 straight goals.
The 250,000 big ones are only a few weeks away. Any one of them can win it. But one of these 4 won't. Chrissy.
It's time to go.
Vincent.
It's time to go.
Regina.
It's time to go.
Patrick. Vincent. Chrissy. Regina. 7 o'clock Sunday. 4 popular housemates are going head-to-head. Warning. This eviction is not to be missed. They came for the experience, but we know they want the cash. Who's next to go? Eviction night from 7 o'clock Sunday.
What's the secret recipe for a great time? Start with 10 pieces of KFC's famous chicken. Then add a large serving of mashies with heaps of chips, potato and gravy, and 4 corn cobbettes.
Every time we share the secret,
KFC's Secret Recipe Celebration Pack. It's a secret worth sharing.
I'm Peter Jackson. We're having a total suit sellout. Save $300 on every suit in store. No exceptions. Super quality French, English, and Italian fabric suits. Save $300 on every suit in store. No exceptions.
What's happening, angels?
We could really use Bosley's help on this one.
What y'all need me to do?
Just blend in.
Cameron Diaz, Drew Barrymore, Lucy Liu, Charlie's Angels, in cinemas now.
Come on, mate, focus. Push it harder.
Want to keep up your energy?
No pain, no gain.
Then keep up your hydration.
Come on, Googie, keep going.
Only Powerade's unique balance of electrolytes and carbohydrates gives you that little bit extra.
Come on, Googie. 50 to go, mate.
The Australian Wallabies, powered by Powerade.
White drinks.
Crunchy biscuits. Chewy caramel. Chewy caramel. Creamy white chocolate. Creamy white chocolate.
White drinks. The new mix.
When you spend as much time swimming as Gian Rooney, you need some variety in your day. That's why Uncle Toby's Plus gives you flakes, plus bran, plus sultanas, plus almonds, plus apple. Uncle Toby's Plus, a whole lot more.
If you call me right now on 131166, you can have 2 large pizzas and a 6-pack of chicken wings with dipping sauce delivered for $24.95. So pick up the phone and call me now.
Another big kick. Mighty kick.
Two thumping goals to Anthony Rocker in that first quarter have helped the Magpies to a 3-goal lead at the first change in this crucial round 14 game. 27 plays, 9. And what was a very intense first quarter, gentlemen, I think you'd agree. Lots of hard tackling.
Yeah, I just reckon that the Magpies certainly jumped out. I think the Kangaroos really need to be in this contest, considering that it's going to be hard for them coming back from Subiaco. But Nathan Buckley won a lot of ball in contested situations. That's what I liked about his game. They weren't easy possessions. He put the body on the line, he got crunched, and he had that thumping goal that really set the fans alight. So he started the game particularly well. Started on Jones and then on Simpson.
Kangaroos 11 tackles to the Magpies 8.
And we can see Makepeace springing down Woden. Desperate tackle there, gained by Motlop. And it's a real feature of their game. Good to see the big fellas doing the tackling work. He's gone by, we didn't see many ruckmen tackle. And the player rankings, well, it's nearly all Collingwood, isn't it?
Yep.
8 out of the 10 there. Daniel Motlop, he kicked that booming goal. Anthony Stevens working hard in the midfield. But I like the game of O'Brien and Scotty Burns and, of course, Buckley. Clement on that last line of defence has been solid.
Jason McCartney has reached superstar status these days. And as we said in the introduction tonight, the Jason McCartney, the inaugural Jason McCartney medal tonight for the most courageous player on a 3-2-1 basis, and the judges...
Yes, they'll have their heads down and their tails up, I would think.
It's a hard one, isn't it?
It is.
Jason, of course, is amongst the judges. The other are just the 3 monkeys, really, aren't we?
Just to go in and get that footy in the first quarter, you had to produce an act of courage. Umpire Schmidt sets them on their way in the second. Fraser, big height advantage on Brown. Kangaroos, this time going to the right of your screen. First use of the footy. But again, their build-up lacks finesse and precision. On the other hand, Collingwood have been
straight back out this way, guys.
setting up their thrusts at goal in a very effective way, and some brilliant kicking up forward. 4 of them climbing in there. Johnson, another minor stat. Fraser, Clement, now Wakelin. And the Magpies are well away. Lucuria, yes, he picked it up low down. Sinclair thought he'd try his luck, but the umpire was having none. Collingwood's ball. Magpies lead by 3 goals. Searching kick. Malloy lost his way as he ran at the contest. Motlop to Harvey. Now Grant. Delaying. Harvey. And Brown as the Kangaroos go forward again.
Cloak was the fist. Prestigier Como. Good pick up under pressure. Locken to Williams. Wakelin will get there first. Hot on his heels is Petrie. Good handball to Buckley. Buckley to the wing. To O'Brien. Possession number 8. Back to the running Wakelin. Puts it inside 50, looking for Rocker. Does he get there before the boundary line? Yes, he does.
Good movement of the ball, but taking it out pretty wide. He'll be looking to get... They've made space. He'll be trying to get a short pass into that space, and the Magpies will keep on leading and leading.
Well, he's kicked 2 rippers
If he,
from here.
Yeah, well, this is a tight one. Will he have a shot, or will he try to set it up on top of the goal square to give Tarrant and Malloy a chance to mark?
He's gone short. That's a good one too. Malloy's got it. Angle's the same, but he's only about 15 metres out from goal.
And Dean Laidley, the Kangaroo coach, he'll be so annoyed with that. He would have told his players they will short into their forward 50, and you just cannot be caught napping.
Now you're right. Stay there, you're right there, you're right there.
He might try to do the old boomerang, check side, as they call it in South Australia.
Banana.
Yeah, he's going to go for it.
It turned out to be a lemon. 4-4 plays 1-3.
Lee Brown in picture. He's doing the ruck work for the Kangaroos. He'll spend a lot of time in the back line helping the defenders play against the likes of Tarrant, Malloy and Anthony Rocker.
Harvey to Makepeace, whose left foot rarely lets him down, but it did embarrassingly then.
And again, this is where Collingwood are dangerous. If they can get that short pass to someone inside the 50.
Pretty lopsided at the moment. O'Brien a long way back to Clement, as Collingwood are prepared to work it. Johnson, another big possession earner. He's up in double figures. Rocker with 2 against him, and Motlop did well, had lots of it for the Roos. Harvey, who's having a picnic, that's his 10th. Now Rawlings, as the Kangaroos try again to set something up with a bit of method. Harris took a long time, finally to Rawlings, but again, they're kicking into the 50, letting them down.
Well, the Kangaroo kicking's just killing them at the moment.
Wakeland switches. It's a good kick too. Malloy has run hard to receive that pass. Clement. Loose checking from the Kangaroos as he pumps it inside the Magpies 50 again. From the side, almost. It's a mark. It's been paid.
And that is a good mark by Chris Tarrant. The long kick in, and Glenn Archer, he'd be disappointed. You can see there, a bit of push and shove, breaks free. And John Baird is struggling on Anthony Rocker. He's just got to give a contest, hit some bodies, hit some arms, force a spill. That was too easy in the end.
Terrence has converted.
I'd like to order the best burger you have.
Certainly, sir. I'll have that brought straight up to you.
McDonald's presents the 5-star beef burger, succulent pure Aussie beef with creamy peppernaise, layered with grilled capsicum, onion, Colby natural cheese, and garnished with mixed leaf salad on a gourmet baked roll.
Apologies, sir. There's been a slight delay on your burger.
And at $4.95, it's the 5-star burger for 5-star tastes.
Worries, real worries. Dean Laidley and Rob Pyman, who used to work at Collingwood in their communications department. But the master having the better of the apprentice early on here. Kangaroos need to do something. Grant out of the middle. Morrell, gee, I thought he did pretty well there. He came back with the flight and went for the mark. I'd say that's a harsh call.
Let's have a look at it.
He actually was trying to position himself to contest the mark.
I think he took his eyes off the ball, saw where Cloak was, and knew he had to make some contact, so that's why the umpire put the free kick against Morrell.
Collingwood are linking up well down the back, and no one brings it all together better than this man. Williams. Here go the Magpies again. This is looking ugly for the Kangaroos.
Yeah, John Baird has to be moved off Anthony Rocker. Maybe Lee Brown goes back there.
Do you reckon he'll load up from here, Tim?
Chance. Fans are hoping he does. You don't need a 9-point rule. Even for 6, the crowd get very excited about these.
I still think he's in drop punt territory.
Man on the mark, about 53 out. Rocker would have to kick it more than 60. But close to the man on the mark. Towering effort. It's there. He has 3. And Collingwood lead by 31 points.
She judged it beautifully. Robbie got really close to the man on the mark, didn't he? And he needed every centimetre.
Yes, he did. And I think that is a free kick to Jason Cloak. Digby Morrell, he's not happy with it, but once you take your eyes off the ball, you're in trouble. And you're right there, Steve. He got as close to the man on the mark as he possibly could because he knew that was his limit, and it just got over the line. Another 5 metres further out, I think he would have tried a torpedo.
So it's 31 points of difference now. Magpies well and truly in control of this match. Will we see some of that true grit shown by the Kangaroos all season? They'll need it now as the Magpies are in control. But it's the Roos with possession. Wells. Motlop. Again, the delivery inside 50 is poor. Rocker slipped over. That allowed Prestigiacomo to take the mark. Now Wakeland. That's sloppy. He'll be disappointed with that as he's turned it over. Sinclair. To the hot spot. Digby Morrell almost hung on to it. Clement, free kick, surely. Held when not in possession. And geez, the general down there, isn't he, James Clement? A real playmaker.
Kangaroos have got to get Mark Porter on the ground. He's a ruckman, and they're getting killed in the ruck at the moment with part-timers in Brown and Petrie.
Clement's 12th possession sets up Woden in a hectare. Now Buckley. Collingwood doing it easily. Rocker.
Again, John Baird is just killing the kick, leaving him there. Lee Brown can play centre-half back.
Not this time, Anthony. He goes for Didak, who's barely touched it and has to go away from goal to Woden, who kept on coming. Kangaroos in disarray.
Rawlings has been playing on Shane Woden. This is certainly not beyond him to kick a goal from there. It'll suit his left boot.
And Porter getting ready.
Yeah, well, they've got to get him on. They've just got to get the big fella on. They're at each centre bounce, the last 3 centre bounces, they've brought Petrie from centre-half forward to do the centre bounce. They've dropped Lee Brown as a loose man in defence. It's just not working for them.
This for a 37-point lead, but they'll have to be content with 32. And Porter is a player whose career at Carlton, I think, shows that he thrives on responsibility and hard work and playing time.
He would put him in at the centre bounces against Josh Fraser. He's going to be bigger and stronger, and just get him to crash into Fraser.
Not much for Makepeace to kick to. Eventually he threads the eye of the needle with an excellent kick to Harvey. He's had a little one-on-one war tonight.
Yeah, he's still the number 1 possession getter for the Kangaroos. This will be his 12th.
Back to Makepeace. Kick, looking for Harris, who takes the mark on the second bite. No, umpire said play on.
Interesting one. The umpire must have adjudged that Didak had a hand on it. Gee, barely.
Oh, gee. Bit stiff there, isn't he? Daniel Harris, you'd think?
Yep.
Simpson just tumbles one inside 50.
Good play by Woden. He just pushed back into that defensive 50. Again, it was a 3-on-2 situation in favour of the Magpies.
And Clement is destroying the Kangaroos across half-back. That's possession number 13. Now Malloy as the Magpies build again.
Malloy getting a fair share of Archer after Tarrant had a bit of a go.
No, don't act, Vol, don't act.
Frustration from the Kangaroos. 32 points down and really not in this. They've kicked 1 goal in just about a quarter and a half, and at the moment they're not looking like kicking one. Archer climbed in and gave away a free.
Well, you got Lee Brown rucking against Fraser. Fraser's got the advantage in the ruck contest, so you've got the second man coming over the top for the Kangaroos.
Sits it up. Williams might well have marked that. A whistle and a Kangaroo free kick.
Yeah, see Archer coming over the top of Lee Brown. If Porter's there, there's no need to do that because... And the marks, yeah, well, just a domination, isn't it?
Harvey complaining, hasn't got enough room to kick it out. Barely the 15 to Stevens, to Wells. Oh, that's ugly again from the Kangaroos. King's wrapped up by Locken.
I think Wells did the grubber kick. He felt if he followed through with the kick, it might have been smothered. But good pressure by the Magpies.
That's Collingwood by 32 points. Halfway mark of the second term. Locken, and up and under. Stevens. Good handball to Sinclair, lost the footing. But had enough composure to get it to King. Back to Stevens. Oh, that's a spectacular effort from Motlop. Great athleticism. Daniel Motlop, who's kicked the Kangaroos' only goal of this match. Now to Wells. Number 2 in the draft of 2002. Squares it up to Simpson. Now Rawlings, about 55 out.
See, they've taken it from one side of the 50-metre arc to the other.
Confident kick from young Wells, wasn't it? 50 metres inboard.
I hope he has a shot now, Tim. Just needs to go back and have some senior players get to him and say, hey, you're a good player, you can kick this. And isn't that a good leap?
Now Daniel Wells has got a shot at goal. He's playing his 10th game of AFL footy, and he's kicked 3 majors so far in his short career.
Brilliant mark by Daniel Motlop.
Worked pretty hard to have this kick. See if he can reward himself. Not going to make the distance into the goal square. Rush behind.
And Ben Johnson, super quick, able to rush it through.
Clement unerringly to Woden. 31-point margin. Kangaroos still not really looking like penetrating. Locken. Now Holland. Collingwood from one side to the other. And now Holland will keep it on that side with Fraser running for him, but underrunning it. And Motlop is useful again for the Kangaroos. Rawlings, a nothing kick. Clement in the way, and it's possession number 14, mark number 5.
And a couple of Kangaroos on 2 loose in the corridor. So the turnover, Woden. Got a month of Sundays to do something with it. To Tarrant. Fro says the umpire. So free kick to the Kangaroos at half-back. Another stat for Daniel Wells. That's his 6th possession. To Grant. He ran himself into trouble. Petrie.
Gee, they're indirect, the Kangaroos. They are taking it wide via the Cape. Even when they get the ball 70 metres out, they don't seem to have the confidence to go to a player inside the forward 50.
Simpson coming off for a rest. Corey Jones into the game for the Roos. Petrie, it's a free kick. He was outside there, O'Brien advantage paid. Now can Rawlings use it better this time? Good kick to the tip of the goal square. Wakeland steadfast in defence.
Locken put himself under pressure. Harding, ball at the gate always. Johnson. Wakeland. And now Mercuria to Williams. Magpies away. Contrast the purpose of their build-up with the Kangaroos. Well, it was looking good until Rocker missed the mark. Here's Cole. Good tackle. Came late from Jones just on. And Archer, like the proverbial steam train, finds Harding. And the Kangaroos can have another go.
And I think Harding's heard the play on call. As we saw Archer coming through hard.
Yeah, super bit of play by Archer.
Harding to half forward. Solid mark taken by King.
That's it, that's it.
King Decides to go for the big torpy. It's an absolute ballbuster! That has gone every bit of 65, 70 metres, I reckon. That is an enormous kick.
Well, David King has got the confidence in himself to go for things like that, and it's great to see. And here we see Lee Harding. He squares the ball up to David King. He's never going to kick a goal from there with a drop punt. And he decides to go back and just get that big spiral torpedo going. Only took 1 or 2 steps and just had perfect connection.
Margin 25 points.
No, he didn't drag it in. Just fell down.
Has David King kick-started the Kangaroos. Burns helping it to Buckley. Just missed his target, but there was a second line of defence. Holland, Woden, and now Lucuria. As Collingwood look for a response. Sitting it up for Rocker. Watt did all right on him. Tarrant, Buckley. Fraser now from a long way. There have been some big goals kicked tonight. This isn't one of them. And that's a solid mark by Brown in the last line for the Kangaroos.
Come back in the lap, play on.
Brown to Rawlings. He's had a bit of it this quarter. Possession number 11 in the game coming up for Brady Rawlings. His brother had a fantastic game for the Hawks this afternoon. Wells backs himself to half forward. Well done by Cloak to get to the front position. And Motlop's given away the free kick. Holland. And his kick finds Kinnear.
So the full forwards would have received a few free kicks if all of those had been paid at the Gabba last Saturday night.
And there's Paul Lucuria running every step of the way with Shannon Grant, doing a really good job, is Lucuria.
Good lead from Rocker.
Johnny, back two. Keep coming, John. Thank you.
Collingwood trying to lay a block on Watt to allow Tarrant a free lead at the ball. Not this time. Buckley to Burns. Good kick to Cole.
Wasn't it a good kick? Unselfish football, smart football. Did the predictable thing, and young Richard Cole, don't turn your back on the man on the mark, young fella. Walk backwards, know where the man on the mark is, so you've got everything under control. And this young fella with the footy, he's from the Northern Territory, and they're not quite sure where to play in the Magpies because they know he's got talent. They've played him at half back, on the wing at half forward. He's going to be a very good player for them. Yeah, and just didn't handle it well after he took the mark. Just casually walked back. He's back to the goals. He's back to the man on the mark, and he just needs to be a bit more switched on than that.
Just under 4 minutes from half-time. Kangaroos desperately needing 1 or 2 to put themselves in this, to go to the rooms with something. Watt now Makepeace. Not a lot of conviction about their movement out of defence here. Rawlings trying to find somebody in the corridor. Puts himself under pressure. Wells has been pretty good. He's got some aplomb, undoubted skill. Jones now. Finding space on the wing for him is Michael Stevens, just on. Younger brother of. And Wells has kept coming as the Kangaroos try and mount something. But it's not terribly coherent. Morell's hand pass found only Burns. And now a throw in. Collingwood still by 26 in the last 3 minutes of the half.
Just not getting much out of their tall forwards, Morell, Petrie and Sav Rocker. Only got a handful of possessions each in this first half. I know the quality of the ball coming into them hasn't been good.
Woden to Burns. And that'll be a free kick to the Roos.
Mark Porter at last has come on for the Kangaroos.
Stevens. Jones. Still too far out to score. They could pinch one here, the Roos.
Gee.
You're very handy.
Yeah, and that's a bit of the Collingwood and the Kangaroos. Hang on to the footy, and then find somebody on the lead. And here they go again.
Grant into the pocket. Motlop, can he weave some magic? He's tackled. Got the handball back. A snap. Jones has got the crucial goal.
Touched.
Field Petrie.
Field umpire saying touched.
Touch just off the boot. So Petrie's kick just partially smothered. And it was James Clement who saved the day.
It looked a good call. Collingwood away. Burns to Lucuria. And the Magpies in seconds transfer it to Tarrant. Woden. Lucuria back for another go. Strong stuff. Cole. Tarrant. Clever for Loney, just too much of it. And Sinclair able to take it away.
Just a finger on it from James Clement.
And here's Porter in action in the ruck.
Opportunity now for the Magpies, but the Roos will do they take it away. Great tackle by Cole on Harvey. Harvey was pretty lucky in the end not to be penalised.
Wasn't it a good tackle? Just really wrapped him up, did Richard Cole.
Tackle count is 17 Kangaroos, 15 Collingwood. Here's Cole again, ran into heavy traffic. And another bounce. That's Collingwood by 25 points. Barocca is the only multiple goal scorer in the game with 3. And they've all been monster goals. Seen some long-range bombs tonight from Rocca and from David King. Now Burns. There's a chance for Woden. Well, it was a floater. And Woden just slightly in the better position. And this is going to hurt the Kangaroos' cause if Woden can convert here.
Well, they just needed to hang on, didn't they, the Kangas? And Scotty Burns, he was quick enough to get that ball on the boot, kept it alive, got it towards the goal square. And the winger, and he's worked hard both ends of the ground, Woden. He's pushed deep into defence to help out, and he was on the alert there for a quick kick out to take full advantage of, which he has.
2 behind so far tonight for Shane Woden, and they can make it 1 goal 2.
If your dollar's not going as far as it used to, race into Bunnings Warehouse because nobody beats our prices. Like bagged climbing roses, just $5.98. Exhaust fan, great value at $14.98. Wash and wear 101, a low $56.94. 10 kilogram briquettes, just $5.94. Sockets, spanners and screwdrivers, $1 each. And if you happen to find a cheaper price on a stocked item, we'll beat it by 10%.
Bunnings Warehouse.
Lowest prices are just the beginning.
It's a grim scene for the Kangaroos. Just 1 goal in each quarter. Seconds left in the opening half. And the Magpies lead us out to 31. Might it go a little further yet? Cole the knock-on. Baird in the way. It's a clever kick. Rawlings. For the Kangaroos, do something in a hurry. Cloak in the way. And the Magpies have played a very solid first half in this crucial match between 7th and 8th on the table, and it might be the Kangaroos hanging on to 8th spot by the skin of their teeth by the end of the night. Collingwood halfway leaders by 31 points.
Well, again, Kangaroos can only kick the 1 goal in a quarter, and it's not a high-scoring game. Collingwood certainly getting the numbers back there. Their midfield's been terrific, getting back into the defensive 50 to help out. And once they've got the footy, their disposal by foot has been so much better than the Kangaroos. So even though it's only 7 goals up on the board to the Magpies, they'd be pretty happy that they've been able to limit the Kangaroos to just 2.
Half-time here at Telstra Dome. Round 14. The Magpies lead the Roos by a healthy 31 points.
Yeah, I feel like the force of nature could make you sing like a bird released. If what you seek is the wise man's treasure. You know it's buried beneath your feet. You know you look like a faded picture.
He asks the big questions.
You do Howard impressions.
All in the name of fun.
You adorable boy.
Tuesday comedy duo Leno and Woodley. Plus Shaggy in the studio live. A huge rove, 9:30 Tuesday on 10. They're uneducated, unemployed, homeless and hopeless. So why is Jamie Oliver risking everything to give them a break?
He winds me up, he gets on my nerves.
They're going to ruin me. Jamie's Kitchen, coming soon to 10.
Hello, room service.
I'd like to order the best burger you have.
Certainly, sir. I'll have that brought straight up to you.
McDonald's presents the 5-star beef burger, succulent pure Aussie beef with creamy peppernaise, layered with grilled capsicum, onion, Colby natural cheese, and garnished with mixed leaf salad on a gourmet baked roll.
Apologies, sir. There's been a slight delay on your burger.
And at $4.95, it's the 5-star burger for 5-star tastes.
Delta 1566.
No, your breath stinks, mate.
There's only one thing in Duff Creek strong enough to drown out onion breath. Chew PK for longer lasting fresh breath.
Come on, mate, focus. Push it harder.
Want to keep up your energy?
No pain, no gain.
Then keep up your hydration.
Come on, Googie, keep going.
Only Powerade's unique balance of electrolytes and carbohydrates gives you that little bit extra.
Come on, Googie. 50 to go, mate.
The Australian Wallabies, powered by Powerade.
Evening wear, $24. Entree, main and dessert, $18. Travel expenses, 8 cents. A night out, priceless. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard, accepted wherever your night may take you.
I took a vow of poverty, of chastity, and of humility. They didn't mention anything about Jarrah Chocolate. Every woman craves, every day. Jarrah, 99% fat-free.
The ultimate gas log fire has arrived. Made in Australia, the Millennium is one of the world's most advanced gas log fires and is now available factory direct to the public. Buy now and save up to $500. See the ultimate in gas log fires today at your nearest factory outlet.
New from Red Rooster. Tender marinated chicken pieces, delicious tzatziki sauce, crispy lettuce and tomato, all in a freshly baked roll. Red Rooster souvlaki sub. One taste and you will understand. Only at Red Rooster.
You're watching Ford Footy Talk.
Robert Walls proudly dubbed them the Monster Snags in the Wizard Cup pre-season, and we've seen a couple of crackers tonight, Rob. One from Rocker and the one from King was a perler.
Oh, that was just an absolutely perfect torpedo punt goal and would have travelled every bit of 65 metres, as you called it, Steve.
Well, at half-time, it's the Magpies comfortably by 31 points. The only multiple goal scorer in the game is Anthony Rocker, who has got 3. And Rob, you've got to say that it's been a real disciplined performance by Collingwood. It's hard to see the Roos getting back into the game.
It is. What we're seeing with Collingwood, they're getting numbers back. They're using quality disposal, particularly their foot passing. They're finding players out in a bit of space across half-back, and then they run it and they direct it into players like Anthony Rocker, who's been really good. Chris Tarrant hasn't fired as we would normally expect. Malloy's been dangerous as well.
His form's picked up the last couple of weeks, hasn't it?
It has, yeah. I think he's played with a hand injury for the best part of the last couple of months. I think he's over that, and he's starting to move around. It's time that they moved his opponent, John Baird, off him, and maybe Archer goes there. Perhaps they put Lee Brown onto Anthony, but he's been the dominant player in that first half. And this is one of those long goals from outside 50.
So 3 goals to Anthony Rocker. James, Daniel Modlop took a couple of great marks, one in particular, and got a lot of skill, hasn't he?
Oh, he's got enormous talent. I think he's got to learn the disciplines of footy. He's, you know, when he hasn't got the footy, the chases, the tackles, the smothers, playing tight on an opponent when he's got to do that. This was a really clever play. Anthony Stevens realised he couldn't make the distance. Daniel Motlop ran around the back. He gave him the handball, and probably the mark of the game was taken there.
Clement's been the general for Collingwood, 14 disposals.
I think Clement, Johnson, Prestigiacomo's been tight. Jason Cloak's doing his job, but James Clement's just... He's the one that they're getting the ball to, and of course he uses it so very well. He runs and carries it. He often gets the 70 metres with the run, and then the long kick.
Some matchups?
Well, Nathan Buckley hasn't got a lot of the football. He's got it in close. Adam Simpson moved on to him about halfway through that first quarter and has made life pretty tough for Nathan Buckley, so he's down on his averages. Little Brett Harvey, he's been working hard, getting most of his disposals in the back half of the Kangaroos. Brody Holland playing tight on him and doing a pretty good job, I would think, Holland, sacrificing his game.
Might have been a report in that little man-on-man battle too. We'll have to check on that.
OK, and of course Makepeace and Burns. Well, Makepeace and Sinclair, they're the rebounders out of the Kangaroo defence, but they haven't had it all their own way in this particular game. Scotty Burns working hard.
Magpies dominated some of the match stats, haven't they?
I think the top stat's the interesting one, goals from marks, and you see Collingwood's been able to kick 6 of their 7 goals from marks, and they just present the ball well to the leading forwards. Marks overall, Collingwood 58 and the Kangaroos 40. They've missed targets repeatedly in that first half, and so it goes. Uncontested possessions, Collingwood well in front of the Kangaroos there. That's a bit of a sign that they're getting out in space and the Kangaroo players aren't playing tight enough.
So at half-time here at the Telstra Dome, it is the Magpies leading the Kangaroos by 31 points. We're going to take a break. When we come back, Tim Lane with our special guest, Jason McCartney.
Want history-making drama?
The Shield is cinematic, raw.
You need help.
Instantly grilling.
Help me take down the dirty cop.
The Shield is one extraordinary cop show.
Sit down!
Golden Globe and Emmy Award winning.
Yo, stop!
The critics raved about it, but you can see for yourself. It's fresh.
If I come after you, it'll be straight on.
The Shield premieres 9:30 Thursday on 10.
McDonald's new 5-star beef burger, succulent pure Aussie beef with creamy peppernaise, layered with grilled capsicum, onion, Colby natural cheese, and garnished with mixed leaf salad on a gourmet baked roll. At $4.95, it's the 5-star taste worth paying for.
I'll never fall in love again since you said goodbye.
Like any woman, I've got certain needs. I get my cravings. Chocolate, ice cream, or just a sweet, hot cuppa. My daily cup of Jarrah Cafe Latte usually hits the spot. Every woman craves, every day. Jarrah, 99% fat-free.
Join me at the BAA Boat Show.
Try sailing, get boating and fishing tips, and see the Australian water sports team live on the Yarra. Sit your Victorian boat licence. Come, look and buy with show specials never to be repeated.
Melbourne Exhibition Centre, South Bank. Thursday 3rd to Monday 7th of July.
If you want to keep your home warm this winter, you can't go past these Insulco fat bats because, like me, they're built for comfort. And remember, Insulco fat bats, the fatter the bat, the better.
The ultimate gas log fire has arrived. Made in Australia, the Millennium is one of the world's most advanced gas log fires and is now available factory direct to the public. Buy now and save up to $500. See the ultimate in gas log fires today at your nearest factory outlet.
Hang on, I've got a good one.
There's all kinds of music, but baby, you know that I do, and there's nobody who I want to make it with more than you. No. Oh, no.
New Diet Coke with vanilla. Seductively smooth. I took a vow of poverty, of chastity, and of humility. They didn't mention anything about Jarrah Chocolate. every woman craves every day. Jarrah, 99% fat-free.
Hello, room service.
I'd like to order the best burger you have.
Certainly, sir. I'll have that brought straight up to you.
McDonald's presents the 5-star beef burger, succulent pure Aussie beef with creamy peppernaise, layered with grilled capsicum, onion, Colby natural cheese, and garnished with mixed leaf salad on a gourmet baked roll.
Apologies, sir. There's been a slight delay on your burger.
And at $4.95, it's the 5-star burger for 5-star tastes.
It's 29 nights since that memorable occasion left perhaps the most indelible image of this 2003 season. Another moment tonight for Jason McCartney as he was driven around an open car. A chance to savour it this time, Jason. Good to have you with us. How was that?
Thanks very much. Yeah, it was quite emotional actually going around. It's a huge crowd in tonight. It was fitting that Collingwood gave me my first opportunity at league level and obviously finished at the Kangaroos. So yeah, it did bring a tear to my eye tonight.
Tremendous scenes. Supporters of both clubs, and of course you played for them both, and there was scarcely one remained in his or her seat.
It was great, and tonight was huge. And 3 or 4 weeks ago when I played on the Friday night, to have the Richmond cheer squad stand up and cheer me as I came on the ground was it became more than just football that game. It was about making a stance and standing up and being counted, and I had great support from a lot of people, and they were here that night and here again tonight.
Could you have imagined that night was going to be as it turned out?
No, not at all. I was pretty focused on obviously getting out there and playing a part in hopefully a Kangaroos victory, but to be such a great close game, hard fought, and for me to play a vital role in the last quarter, I couldn't have dreamt it to be any better.
What a time this has been for you. You've had the involvement in this horrible atrocity. You've had your recovery in time for your marriage. You've had your recovery in time to make a comeback. You've retired. You've gone back to Denpasar and appeared in court. Do you feel a sense of equilibrium as you go through all of this?
Yeah, look, each day is a huge step forward for me after what I went through, but you're right, there's been so many things happen. Initially, the wedding was the big one. Then, like you said, getting back to play football, eventually playing a part, back to the trial. It's just footy, we talk about being a roller coaster ride. Well, it has been a roller coaster ride through 3 clubs, but then even more so the last 8 months.
And in your case, at least, out of a terrible disaster, a lot of good things have come.
Yeah, look, there has been. There's been a lot of hard work, and look, I just tried to draw on anything I could, anything positive. After when I was not in the greatest shape lying in hospital, there was 2 things I could do. One was sink, or the other one was swim, and I thought it's time to swim, and I was just clasping, grabbing at anything positive I could, and it's turned out well for me, but I am one of the lucky ones, let's face it.
There was a famous Australian Test cricketer last century named McCartney. They used to call him the Governor-General. The way you've been travelling, it's a wonder you didn't become that recently.
Look, I had some text messages from some teammates when I was in Canberra a couple of weeks ago, but look, I'm a long way from that, and it's great that although I've retired, I've still got involvement at the footy club, and it's a great leveller. If you do get ahead of yourself, which I don't intend to, you get brought back to the boys' level pretty quickly down at a footy club.
I think you've learned about the ups and downs of life, Jason. Great to have you with us tonight.
Thanks very much.
We wish you, again, all the best. There's another match in progress in Adelaide, and let's have a look at the situation there. We'll take a break from here. The Magpies in control at half-time. It's been a bit lopsided, but it's been a good night for the fans in the crowd.
You've been watching Ford Footy Talk.
I'll never fall in love again since you said goodbye.
Like any woman, I've got certain needs. I get my cravings. Chocolate, ice cream, or just a sweet, hot cuppa. My daily cup of Jarrah Cafe Latte usually hits the spot. every woman craves every day. Jarrah, 99% fat-free.
Oh, no, your breath stinks, mate.
There's only one thing in Duff Creek strong enough to drown out onion breath. Chew PK for longer-lasting fresh breath.
So you're in a balloon. It's a corporate outing?
No, we're falling to our doom.
Why?
We're too heavy.
So you throw everything out?
I can't.
Throw everything out that's not bolted down! Everything else is bolted down!
Everything?
Everything except Phil.
You have cost fixation. You have to let go.
Of Phil?
No.
Good, he's my brother-in-law.
E-Business on Demand from IBM.
Meet Janet. She bought a Simpson washing machine and dryer and suddenly found the time to develop a killer backhand. Next door, Teresa bought a Simpson dishwasher and now has time to discuss current affairs. Tanya bought a Simpson oven and she then had the time to get to know the new neighbour, Tim. Simpson's time-saving features give you more time for life. Simpson, time for life.
Hello, room service.
I'd like to order the best burger you have.
Certainly, sir. I'll have that brought straight up to you.
McDonald's presents the 5-star beef burger, succulent pure Aussie beef with creamy peppernaise, layered with grilled capsicum, onion, Colby natural cheese, and garnished with mixed leaf salad on a gourmet baked roll.
Apologies, sir. There's been a slight delay on your burger.
And at $4.95, it's the 5-star burger for 5-star tastes.
Coming only to theaters. Yeah. It's all new Tigger and all new Pooh.
It's wonderful.
Trying to rescue you know who. Piglet's big movie.
We're geniuses. Sticky geniuses.
I'll never fall in love again since you said goodbye.
Like any woman, I've got certain needs. I get my cravings. Chocolate, ice cream, or just a sweet, hot cuppa. My daily cup of Jarrah Cafe Latte usually hits the spot. Every woman craves every day. Jarrah, 99% fat-free.
The AFL Premiership Season 2003, brought to you by Carlton, brewed since 1864. And our telecast sponsors, Carlton Draft. Draft beer at its best. The TAC, wipe off 5 or wipe out lives. Telstra. And Ford New Falcon. Can't get enough of this.
Another great crowd at the Telstra Dome tonight. And at the moment, at half-time, it is Collingwood. 31 points in front of the Kangaroos, who have a hell of a lot of work to do if they're going to get back into this contest. As we have a look at the Telstra player rankings so far, and Shane Woden leading the way for the Magpies. Rob and James Clement also been an outstanding player so far.
Yeah, Shane Woden playing on the wing. He's been on Rawlings. Clement solid as a rock in that back line. Nathan Buckley, what he does is all quality. Hasn't got an enormous amount of the football. Anthony Rocker, to me, has been a very important player, taking marks and kicking long goals.
Let's go down to Jared Waitley.
We are. Well, Terry, how'd you see what was a pretty dominant first half?
Yes, well, I think that, geez, there's a lot of pressure on out there, a lot of moves and a lot of rotations going on. So I think we're reasonably pleased with the boys, and as far as, you know, we used the football pretty well. And I think that was probably just the difference a bit in the end. But they come back well with... They brought Wells on. He was particularly damaging late in that second quarter. So we've got to start again, and, you know, let's hope we can get off to a good start in this third quarter.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
Good of Terry to take the stem of grass out of his mouth before doing the interview.
And Brent Harvey in picture. And he's been worn very closely by Brodie Holland in that first half.
Some speculation, Roberts. It is unconfirmed that perhaps he may have had his number taken by one of the umpires.
Yeah, and Holland getting set to take him again at the start of this third quarter. On the bench, you can see Porter in the background. Hasn't had a disposal, and Big Sav's only had the one. So they're two big fellas that they desperately need to give them something in the second half.
He's still trying to check out whether, in fact, Harvey has had his number taken. He keep you in touch.
Still Baird on Anthony Rocker.
Yeah, and Lee Brown to do the ruck work for the Kangaroos up against Josh Fraser. Sinclair in at the centre bounce. That's interesting. He normally plays across half-back.
First goal crucial in this third term. Roos must get it, you sense, if they're going to give themselves a chance, although we're still a long way from home. Sinclair puts the Kangas into attack. Grant, the little gift to Harvey, somehow got boot to ball. Cloak read it well. Now tumbles one to the wing. Rocker, who's had a great night. Clemmer, tattoo to Buckley, the no-looker. Brilliant by the Collingwood skipper to O'Brien. Back inside 50, but just over the line. In fact, that was out on the full. I thought it was on the full. The boundary umpire was caught a long way away.
He was a long way away. I thought it was out on the full too from where we are. Good play here by Buckley to keep it alive. Just the quick handball across. And let's see if it goes out on the full.
Yeah, definitely out on the full. So got robbed there, the Roos, but they've got the free kick in the end.
Umpire James might have stolen a quick look at the big screen. So Kangaroos ball to Brown. Rawlings. Dangerous for Baird. Oh, this is a dangerous game they're playing. Tarrant. Dear, oh dear.
Hi, I'm Bob Thorne from Super Cheap Auto. And with one of our Made Easy guides, even somebody as mechanically challenged as my neighbour Trev can change his own oil.
Save money doing it yourself with this car polisher, only $34.99. A 6-volt lantern battery, only $2.79 each. 5 litres of Valvoline XLD multi-grade oil, $11.99. A poly or wood steering wheel, $69 each. And this CD player, only $99.
Trev, the engine's at the other end of the car.
Oh, yeah.
Just what the doctor didn't order for Dean Laidley. As now the Roos find themselves 37 points down. Magpies looking the goods. Harvey to Sinclair, who's been one of the better players for the Roos, but again his kick's not spot on, and that allows Collingwood back into the picture. Buckley did well, and that's a free kick for a high tackle.
Let him up, let him up.
Josh Fraser.
Let him go.
No doubt about that. To Johnson. Looks for Malloy. Puts his head over the footy. Well done by Malloy to Woden. Loney knocked off the ball. Clement again. To Johnson. He might run on and kick a goal here. He loads up from 51. It's another one for Collingwood.
Telstra has a new easy way of getting messages on your home phone, and it's completely free. It's called Telstra Home Messages 101. It takes messages when you're away from the phone, even when you're on the phone or internet. To turn it on, just dial 101. You know, it's great doing television without having to do a gag.
Telstra Home Messages 101. It's free to turn on and free to use. Dial 101 from home to turn it on.
And Daniel Wells in picture really needs to get himself in the game. He's playing on James Clement, and just a real big size mismatch there. Once the ball's in the contest, he's getting knocked off his feet.
Michael Stevens wrapped up, another bounce. Jason McCartney was just telling us in relation to the Jason McCartney medal to be presented for courage tonight that Dennis Pagan had 3 categories of courage, and one was gut-busting running. Ben Johnson's just scored a point or two. Brown knocks the Kangaroos forward to Wells. But, gee, they've missed some targets tonight. Clement, Johnson again. This time ran into a wall and is gone.
That's it there.
Wells ball.
Just look like they've got the stronger bodies, Collingwood.
Anthony Stevens says mine. And gives it to his brother. Playing just his second game for the Kangaroos, former Port Adelaide man. Collingwood with the numbers. There'll be a throw-in.
You've just got to wonder, Tim, what's the point of kicking it to the little man when he's outnumbered 2-1? Anthony Stevens' brother there in picture. Michael Stevens.
Throw in deep in Kangaroos attacking territory. Johnson did well again. To Holland. Will pop over the top. Malloy, with just sheer body strength, kept it in, did it nicely to Burns, who all of a sudden has created something. To Loney, to Buckley, now Licuria. Possession number 13 coming up for him, goes backwards to Malloy. Rockers outnumbered here. Sandwich between two, forced to fist. Wells. Now Archer. Hasn't got much to kick to. Forced to drive it long. And it's a good effort in the end, and Simpson gets there. Plays on. Pops it over the top. Grant's run on. But the boundary line will beat him. Still the Magpies by 43 points. 5.5 gone in this third term.
And 3 weeks ago in Sydney at Telstra Stadium, Rob, I remember asking you, was Essendon were taking a flogging? Is this what happens to teams the week after they've been to Perth? Kangaroos suffering the same fate tonight. The last team from the east to come away from Perth and win was Melbourne in round 20 last year. Rocker in there grappling. Gives O'Brien a chance. Brilliant little turn and sidestep into a one-on-one. Tarrant, Archer. Archer just finding the line. Magpie fans relentless. They reckon that was deliberate.
Well, you've got to. He certainly meant to put the ball out of play. Now, had that gone through for a behind, fair enough. The question has to be asked. He put that ball out of play, and it was a deliberate action. I think it should have been a free kick against him.
Makepeace finding somewhere to go with the non-preferred, gives to Harvey.
Brent Harvey, this is disposal number 16. That leads the way for the Roos. Clement's got 17 for Collingwood.
You see the hesitation here with Harvey. He really can't find anybody to get it to. And you've got to give credit to Collingwood because they've been able to man up and force Harvey in the end to kick it long to a contest.
Terrific mark taken by Fraser to his captain. Squares it up, good pass into the middle. The Cloak will run on and kick. Run down. Well done by Motlop. Push into that push.
You're dribbling the ground. Just. Free kick in the back.
And that's the part of his game he's got to get better at. Just pace.
So Burns has his kick smothered. So does O'Brien. Big Shepherd up the ball. Now Makepeace has a couple of bounces. Make it 3. Now 4. He backs himself. Unloads the handball to Grant. Sidesteps. Really got no one to kick to. He goes long. And somehow, he finds Corey Jones, who plays on, but the umpire says come back and kick over your mark.
Well, that was a 1 Kangaroo to 3 Collingwood players, and Jones was able to take the mark.
He rolled a couple of metres that way forward to the mark, can't fail from there.
Well, there's the explanation, which is interesting because it's often confusing to those of us who sit and observe from a distance.
I think he's saying that after he took the mark, he rolled back a metre or 2, and then he played on.
He'd gone forward of the mark, and so he wasn't allowed to play on from there.
Corey Jones has kicked 12 goals, 11 in season 2003. And he nails it.
You know, I reckon you can tell it's the most powerful ute they've ever made just by looking at it.
Yeah.
We should take him for a run on the Salt Lake.
The new 260 kilowatt Falcon Ute. It's unbelievably powerful.
Yeah, and Mark Porter on the ground. He's just come on to replace Lee Brown. They've got nothing to lose by keeping him on for the rest of the game.
Gee, they haven't shown much confidence in him, have they? He must be wondering where to from here. Johnson has played a sterling game tonight. Confidence just surging within him. Holland, Licuria and Tarrant getting in each other's way. Licuria just rifling the ball out to Williams. Fraser buried 40 metres out from Collingwood's goal.
Gee, how good was Lucuria? He took the hit with Archer, and then in a position where he was nowhere near the foot, he dived over the top, grabbed hold of it and fired the handball out.
Rawlings gave it straight up to Williams. Back it goes to the goal square. Oh, fresh airy. Now, I think Wells got boot to it first. Yeah, it was Wells, so rush behind. It was a close call.
They can use the socks in situations like that, but we do have a situation tonight where the jumper designs are so close to each other.
It's pretty hard to distinguish, isn't it?
Yeah, Kangaroos the home team, and Eddie's indicated his position on Collingwood changing its jumper when it's the away team in a situation like this. Ball up in the middle.
It hasn't been easy.
Straight back out, guys.
What a great advantage it is now that the umpires are wearing the reds and the yellows and the oranges.
Play on.
Fraser onto the crook bounce. Rawlings, big possession earner. O'Brien been very good. Sets up Buckley in space. Now he's got time to think about it and use it and give Johnson another crack from 49.
Well, that would have brought the house down.
Magpies by 39.
Michael Stevens, and just caught high as he kicked against Tarrant, and it's going upfield. Not much in that. Kangaroos will accept it. Grant, well done by Cloak.
That's the great strength of Jason Cloak. He's fearless, and this man in picture, Josh Fraser, he has rucked unchanged since the start of the game. He's had 13 disposals, and they have won the clearances, and he's doing a really good job for his team.
Grant hacks it out of midair to half forward. Woden, slick hands to Buckley. Now can he find Wakeland? He does. Beautiful vision and a perfect kick. Wakeland pops it over the top to Holland, who's run down. Good hard running. He'll switch onto the right. Now he drills it, looking for Tarrant. And that is fantastic football by Collingwood.
And it wasn't so good by the Kangaroos, particularly when Brodie Holland took that mark. And you can just see there, once he gets that step, nobody's going to catch him. As far as tall forwards go, I haven't seen any quicker than this bloke. And I think Archer's leaving the field, which is most unusual.
Yeah, got claret.
Got blood on him, has he? Okay. When Brodie Holland took that mark, Corey Jones should have held onto him and at least made Holland go back and have a kick. He just ran straight past him.
I won't bother Glenn Archer too much. Almost enjoy it, wouldn't he?
If it bleeds, it can be killed.
So Tarrant has kicked 2 goals.
This will be his 35th for the season.
Just signed a new 3-year deal, and he celebrates with a goal.
Make me tell you I'm in love with you. Kiss me.
Double hopped Carlton Sterling. It's the beer lover's light.
Archer with a hole plugged, as it were. Bit of blood on the jumper. So he's doing what some of those glamorous tennis players do. Porter in ruck now against Fraser. Brings it down to Stevens, but Holland out-muscles him. And it's a free kick to Holland. Collingwood in total control. 45-point leaders halfway through the 3rd quarter. And options everywhere. Burns, Rocker, Tarrant, second line, nothing there when he overran it, and Harvey can come away for the Kangaroos. Meanwhile, Rocker coming off, Kinnear is about to replace him. Rawlings receives and delivers to Grant behind the wing.
To half forward, kicks to a 2-on-1 contest. Thus the turnover. Prestigiacomo puts Collingwood back inside 50. Buckley kept his feet. Couldn't quite get the handball off. Now Harvey to Grant. Couple of Kangaroos line up, and they spoil each other. Woden at the bottom of the pack.
And the fellow on top of the pack there, number 20 for the Kangaroos, Drew Petrie, just taken the 1 mark tonight. And they need Petrie, they need Morrell. Morrell taken 2 marks. And Sav Rocker, their 3 tall forwards, really haven't given them much at all. We just see Morrell going off, Archer back on.
Petrie, unorthodox but effective. Simpson to Grant. And Wells. Now Archer, who's just come back, is in space. And that's a good kick from Wells. It actually brought Archer closer to goal. He was asking for it outside the 50. And Wells made him come forward, but the distance may be beyond the old legs.
On the top.
Still hasn't got quite enough. And
Well, Shane Wakeley's played a ripper game on Drew Petrie. And I think Archer now will be the target in the forward line.
The Kangaroos just lacking target forwards, aren't they? Non-competitive in the air.
Buckley.
How good's that kick? That is a 55-metre pass.
Williams to Licuria, to Malloy.
That's it! Right there, John, right there!
Now, he hasn't got much to go to. He'll hang on to the footy. He'll wait. They'll create space in front. And he'll wait for the leads to come.
2 behinds tonight for Jared Malloy.
Let's go, Jared! Collingwood player. Moved off.
Now, he's sat on this ball for a long, long time.
From 60 metres out. Burns almost. Tip of the goal square. Brown gets steamrolled. Goal!
Telstra has a new easy way of getting messages on your home phone, and it's completely free. It's called Telstra Home Messages 101. It takes messages when you're away from the phone, even when you're on the phone or internet. To turn it on, just dial 101. You know, it's great doing television without having to do a gag.
Telstra Home Messages 101. It's free to turn on and free to use. Dial 101 from home to turn it on.
2 goals to Scott Burns, and here was the big tackle by Cole. And Brown both only had highs for the ball.
And good that the umpire didn't pay a free kick to Lee Brown, because that was quite legitimate what Richard Cole did. Good ruck work there by Porter.
Brown with the strong body, but Cole hit him hard. Clement, another possession. Up to 18 for the night. Only Buckley surpassing him among the Magpie ranks. Collingwood leading by 51 points. And a big gap between the amount of time each team's spent in possession. Porter doing okay there, but Cole again with the footy this time. Tarrant, it's gone all the way. Extraordinary goal.
Hi, I'm Bob Thorne from Super Cheap Auto. And with one of our Made Easy guides, even somebody as mechanically challenged as my neighbour Trev can change his own oil.
Save money doing it yourself with this car polish are only $34.99. A 6-volt lantern battery only $2.79 each. 5 litres of Valvoline XLD multi-grade oil $11.99. A poly or wood steering wheel $69 each. And this CD player only $99.
Trev, the engine's at the other end of the car.
Oh, yeah.
Richard Cole.
So Richard Cole, there's the kick, just cleared the hands of Tarrant and Watt, and through it went for a 6-pointer, and it's a 57-point margin now. The Kangaroos are getting smashed. Holland, beautifully done to Woden, who unleashes a monster kick. Tarrant's got the set, but well done by Watt, stood his ground and took a good mark.
Feeds to Sinclair, to Wells. Horrible night for the Kangaroos. Their brave season really striking a hurdle here. Makepeace in the corridor, and Jones moving for him. Clement more than a match. Woden hoping for Lucuria. Pushing it back. They've been hot on that tonight. Lucuria's ball. And this has been a mismatch in some proportion. Clement again, just getting his kick in time, and what a kick it was. Two there could receive it. Beautiful hand pass, Malloy to Loney for another one. Margin 63 points. The running defenders having a picnic.
And Jared Malloy, the man with the assist. And that's one of these strengths in this Collingwood team, is that Malloy doesn't kick a lot of goals himself, but with his brain and his bulk, he sets plenty up. And he's having a picnic in Shane Woden, playing wide on the wing.
This is an A+ performance for the Magpies tonight. Back to their best, 63 points, Fraser.
Gee, that's good.
Back inside 50. Cole playing with confidence to O'Brien. Around the corner. Oh, Malloy slipped at the crucial moment and allowed Baird to take the mark. Play on to the umpire. He was off.
You take a stand, you're going to play on. That is terrible. Not my fault. That is terrible. Yep. Terrible. Thanks. Molly. Terrible.
Umpire getting some advice about the quality of the decision.
It's terrible.
Finish it off. Go away, King. Go away, King. Just 2 hands in the middle of his back, okay? Jump out, boys.
2 hands in the middle of the back, let's see. Yeah, Lee Brown at the back. The umpire was right. And Lee Brown's not a ruckman.
And 50 for Yapping.
Yeah. Well, they're just starting to lose everything, the Kangaroos. Lost their composure, their cool. This quarter, the inside 50s, 15-4.
Well, Ben Kinnear is the goal kicker. And I think he's starting to get a little bit testy down the Kangaroos' backline. And that was John Baird, who couldn't help himself.
Yeah, well,
it's amazing how the man in white, the man in red, always has the last say.
Kangaroos have had a lot of plaudits heaped upon them this year, but this would be as poor a performance, I think, as I've seen, certainly, and perhaps as there has been put up by a team this year. Being walloped, 7 goals to 1 in this quarter. This is a Kangaroo free kick.
Well, the umpire broke that up. I had my eyes on that. There was nothing in that, but the umpires decided to break it up before things perhaps got too nasty.
Brown having his moment, and Simpson giving it off. Long ball from Grant, and he nails one.
2 girls have been brutally murdered, and 1 man holds the key to the truth.
You're hiding something. Cut it out.
Premiering Sunday.
At first I thought she was asleep.
The clever lawyer.
I have nothing to hide.
And the unrelenting cop.
Do we have your permission to tape this interview?
This is the ultimate mind game.
I touched her.
Morgan Freeman, Gene Hackman, and Monica Bellucci in the icy thriller Under Suspicion. Premieres 8:30 Sunday on 10.
And yeah, Sav Rocker back on. So their 2 tall forwards now are Sav and Glenn Archer.
Magpies by 63 as Grant, with disposal number 19, puts his team back into attack. Wells against Loney. Well played by Loney. And Holland, well, I thought he came up with the ball, just lost a handle on it. Patheris.
King A! Yeah. Thanks, mate. Thanks, folks.
Down it goes. Umpire doesn't waste any time. Johnson. Now Grant. Buckley. Ball still in dispute. Spills to Harris. Oh, that's beautifully picked off by Holland. Very clever. And he finds Cole. The Magpies are away once again to O'Woden, who's running hard. Over the ball. That was courageous. Handball backwards to Holland. Holland a half forward. Good kick to Fraser. The little give to Burns. Breaks one tackle and finds Malloy, who goes short. And Ben Kinnear will line up for goal number 2 this quarter.
And another example of Jared Malloy doing the assist work. Good play by Josh Fraser to push forward.
Coming off for a rest too, Rob.
Yeah, been really impressed with Josh Fraser's form. And he's getting a huge hand from the crowd as he comes off. Anthony Rocker to replace him.
Daniel Motlop in trouble in midfield. A vigorous collision in there. Woden went in fearlessly, but Motlop and Holland both came out in trouble.
Benny Kinnear's missed a golden opportunity. There was a replay of that incident with Motlop. To have recovered. Kick to the back pocket. It's marked by Watt.
64-point lead to Collingwood. Game that promised a lot has delivered a whitewash. Rawlings to Sinclair. Good long kick and a good placement for Michael Stevens. Ignored Makepeace, who was running for it.
He's waiting for Archer to present.
Rain-making kick, but Motlop liked it. And is that 50? He'd taken a mark and was brought down. There's no 50 and he's prevented from playing on. That really is all to the disadvantage of the player who's taken a good mark. Brown, very wide, via the cape.
Just so disappointing to put it there.
Rocker, can he make something of it? Or can he what? That is a magnificent goal.
That's the second time he's done that in about three or 4 weeks. Made a goal from nothing.
Well, have a look where he's kicked it. To the boundary line. And Savs, now that is a smart kick. But to put the ball to that position, very, very low percentage football, and a brilliant kick rewarded the Kangas with a goal, but they wouldn't want to rely on kicking their goals like that.
It looked great from where we saw it. It was like a lawn bowl. It had a bias on it, and it just kept curling straight through the middle.
Maggie's by 58. Seen some great goals tonight. There's a centre square infringement. It's going the Kangaroos' way. Shannon Grant has not stopped trying. Disposal number 21 to the 50. Jones can't control it.
And Anthony Rocker doing the ruck. I think Anthony Rocker is a good ruckman. We'll see whether he can go the distance doing the running that's required. Up against his brother here.
Sav got the knock. Now he's tackled by brother.
Straight back out here, guys.
So they'll have another crack at it. Reliving some old backyard days. This time Anthony wins out. He's been pinged.
Oh, I reckon he did kick it. I reckon he got a little bit of a thin edge off the boot. Let's have a look. He takes the footy. Oh, that's a tough call.
It's not really what that law was intended to do, is it?
Not in the spirit. He's taken the ball and then he's dropped it onto his boot. Now, whether he connected or not, that was the intent for everyone to see.
Corey Jones will have the shot at goal. Here's another replay of it.
Now, he's gone in the kicking action. If he's been bumped off the footy, so what?
Now, this could be some bad news for the Magpies because limping off is probably their best player tonight in James Clement. This is not good. It looks very much like a hamstring. I hope I'm wrong. But doesn't look too flash, does it, Rob?
No, that is the worst news that they've had tonight, the Magpies.
Jared Waitley.
Yeah, Quarters, it did look like a hamstring when he was coming out with Corey Jones. Didn't clutch for it immediately. We'll just keep an eye on him.
Jones has kicked a goal.
A bank is robbed. The bank manager is missing. So how do you prove it was murder if you can't find the stiff?
So where is he then?
9:30 Monday. Everyone had a reason to kill him, but this is murder with a twist.
He left his wife $3 million, but it's all gone.
An all-new case to keep you guessing.
He was old enough to be my father.
And the more they dig, the weirder this one gets.
This bank was due to close next week.
All new White Collar Blue. 9:30 Monday.
Jared Waitley.
They didn't muck around. Quarters. James Clement went straight up the race and into the room, so you can always take that as a bad sign that perhaps it was a hamstring injury.
Well, the Kangaroos might have bottomed out. The Stevens boys combine again. King trying to cash in on their efforts. Cloak, well dispossessed. Motlop, well wide.
Less than a minute to go, Tim. If they had got that, then maybe pinched another one. Perhaps they were a chance.
7 goals to 4 for the quarter. The Kangaroos have strung 3 together.
Yeah, Kangaroos have got the last 3 goals. Bit of talent off the field for the Magpies at the moment in Fraser and Buckley and Clement.
Batharis at the bottom of that pack. Umpire lets it go. Back to the 50, and Jones has taken another mark. This time he squares it up to Grant, who stood his ground bravely. And Shannon Grant will go back.
Just one minute, Preston. Thanks, mate.
He's coming up for disposal number 22. He's also kicked a goal this term.
He's got 1 metre up.
Corey Jones has been lively in this third quarter. And he did stand his ground well there, Shannon Grant. You'd expect nothing less from him. He's a really good player.
Averaging 21 disposals this season. This is disposal number 22 for the night, so he's way ahead of his season performance. As he comes in, it's a big wind-up. He gave it everything, but it's only a behind. So 1 goal, 2 to Shannon Grant.
Made himself into a midfielder, Stephen. He's really worked hard on his fitness over the last few years. Started his career with Sydney just as a teenager, was pretty much a half-forward flank specialist. And now he can take a turn on ball, half-back, up forward. He's dangerous, as we know.
Ben Johnson had a couple of shots at goal in this quarter for 1 goal, 1. Seconds left. Kinnear, the big climb. So that will be the 3/4 time score. Collingwood by 51 points. But that's the bad news.
Certainly looks like a hammy, doesn't it? Ice on the back of the leg.
About a second left. Not long enough. And Collingwood go to 3/4 time. 51-point leaders, but with a spot of gloom on an otherwise bright night, with James Clement looking as though he may be laid low for a while.
Well, that's a sad side, isn't it? He played a terrific 3/4 of football in that back line. Came out of the blocks after half-time, the Magpies, and really rammed home some good goals there. The Kangaroos lost it, but to their credit, the last 8 or 9 minutes they were able to settle, and players like Simpson and Grant were able to get them back on track. So let's hope that they're competitive in the final quarter.
As we go to the break, it's the Magpies by 51. Looks like tonight they're going to overhaul the Kangaroos on the ladder as we enter the business end of season 2003.
2,000 big ones are only a few weeks away. Any one of them can win it.
But one of these four won't. Chrissy,
It's time to go.
Vincent,
It's time to go.
Regina,
It's time to go.
Patrick, Vincent, Chrissy, Regina.
7 o'clock Sunday, 4 popular housemates are going head-to-head. Warning, this eviction is not to be missed. They came for the experience, but we know they want the cash. Who's next to go? Eviction night from 7 o'clock Sunday.
What's the secret recipe for a great time? Start with 10 pieces of KFC's famous chicken. Then add a large serving of mashies with heaps of chips, potato and gravy, and 4 corn cob heads.
Every time we share the secret,
KFC's Secret Recipe Celebration Pack. It's a secret worth sharing.
Evening wear, $24. Entree, main and dessert, $18. Travel expenses, 8 cents. A night out, priceless. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard, accepted wherever your night may take you.
If you call me right now on 131166, you can have 2 large pizzas and a 6-pack of chicken wings with dipping sauce delivered for $24.95. So pick up the phone and call me now.
It's on now! JB Hi-Fi's wildest, craziest stock take sale ever! Up to 40% off compact digital and video cameras, up to 50% off CDs and DVDs, up to 60% off hi-fi and car sound. No reasonable offers will be refused. Sale ends Sunday, so hurry! JB, you've done it again.
I'll never fall in love again since you said goodbye.
Like any woman, I've got certain needs. I get my cravings. Chocolate, ice cream, or just a sweet, hot cuppa. My daily cup of Jarrah Cafe Latte usually hits the spot. Every woman craves, every day. Jarrah, 99% fat-free.
New from Red Rooster. Tender marinated chicken pieces, delicious tzatziki sauce, crispy lettuce and tomato, all in a freshly baked roll. Red Rooster souvlaki sub. One taste and you will understand. Only at Red Rooster.
So disappointing to put it there.
Rocker, can he make something of it? Oh, can he what? That is a magnificent goal.
Yes, the former best and fairest winner from 1995 has scored a goal for the Kangaroos. One of the great goals of this game. We've had a few beauties, haven't we?
Amazing collection. It's a pity the standard of the contest hasn't quite matched that.
Yeah,
but,
51 points is the margin.
Yeah, they've been good, the Magpies, and I just think with the Kangaroos, they went over to the West last week and absolutely gave it everything that game. Went over early and they just lost it by a narrow margin, and I just think that it's taken a fair bit out of them. So they've struggled tonight, most unlike the Kangaroos.
Well, a big story coming out for Collingwood as well as the win is the unfortunate injury, it appears, to James Clement, who's been a star tonight. Gerard Whateley might have some more information on that for us.
Yeah, Quarters, is going to be a right hamstring. The ice has been applied already, so he sat pretty disconsolate on the bench throughout that break, and you can bet that that's a 21-day program that he'll begin tomorrow, so he'll probably miss the next 3 weeks of footy. In the week where he re-signed a new contract and was going well, that is a big disappointment. The news from the Kangaroos, what was interesting to see Anthony Stevens address the team before Dean Laidley made his way out there. He was pretty fired up and spoke at reasonable length before Laidley hit the huddle. And I can tell you, when the crowd is posted, it's just gone up 53,312. That is a record AFL crowd for the Telstra Dome, surpassing by some 3,000 a game from a couple of years ago when Essendon played Hawthorn. That was a top-of-the-table clash. So a new record. We haven't quite seen the game, but certainly people turned up.
Boy, Ian
That's
Collins,
tremendous, isn't it?
be having the weekend of his life here. Nearly 50,000 last night. So over 100,000 for the weekend thus far at Telstra Dome.
Shannon Grant in picture had a booming third quarter, 15 disposals.
Yeah, 12 kicks, 3 handballs for Shannon Grant. But it's the Magpies, the leaders by 51 points. Harding backs himself, does it well. Shrugs a couple of tackles. Kick not all that flash to Harvey. Woden has been great. To Buckley. To Didak.
What a brilliant kick again.
Didak on the left. Puts it out in front of Malloy. Can he get rid of Watt? No, well played, Watt. Got the free kick. Rawlings. To Jones, who did a couple of handy goals in that third term for the Kangaroos. To Sinclair. Not much to go to, so he's forced to backtrack to Harvey. And now Simpson on defensive 50.
Yeah, good pressure by Collingwood.
Lack of their usual urgency, though, on the part of the Kangaroos. Not going forward with confidence or conviction.
Just saw Archer pass that ball to Shannon Grant. Archer now playing back in defence.
Awful kick from Grant, puts Archer under the pump. Ball up.
Jared Malloy again, terrific. And you can see Chris Tarrant giving him a pat on the back. Just kept the ball locked up in the Collingwood forward line.
Porter rucking. Malloy again doing heavy work. Buckley. He's a bit interested here. And that is an interesting kick. Very interesting.
McDonald's new 5-star beef burger, succulent pure Aussie beef with creamy peppernaise, layered with grilled capsicum, onion, Colby natural cheese, and garnished with mixed leaf salad on a gourmet baked roll. At $4.95, it's the 5-star taste worth paying for.
Magpies back out to 57 after another brilliant goal from Nathan Buckley. Now Locken. Didak nudged under the ball. Baird slaps it, but only as far as Didak. Buckley again, quick hands to Loney. Breaks the tackle. Loney squares it up to the tip of the goal square to get him back. Here's Shannon Watt. And his kick finds Archer.
Placing it to the 50. Rawlings, big possession earner tonight. Now Simpson. Hasn't been his usual self. Was some doubt about him playing. O'Brien taking Jones out illegally in the estimation of Andrew Coates. If there are 53,000 here, no doubt 35 or so are barracking for Collingwood. And they're making a sound that's ringing in the umpire's ears. Mercuria. Another push in the back. A ride into the ground. The tackler coming from behind.
Paul, you let him go now.
Clearly a tightening up on that interpretation in this match. Locken. Now Williams.
Long to half forward. Tarrant just couldn't quite hang on to it. Here's Buckley again. will go back and have a king at goal.
Nathan Buckley once again just not wasting a disposal. Geez, a good player.
Better than good.
And he's done it for a decade. He's maintained that high standard for 10 years. Exceptional.
19 goals this season to Alan Didak. Make it
20. You know, I reckon you can tell it's the most powerful ute they've ever made just by looking at it.
Yeah.
We should take him for a run on the Salt Lake.
The new 260 kilowatt Falcon Ute. It's unbelievably powerful.
Get this.
What a night. Not so much a kangaroo cull as a slaughter. And Collingwood really coming in for the kill now. Harder at the ball at all of those grappling contests.
Mark Porter, who's in the ruck for the Kangaroos, I've got no doubt that he's struggling with injury. He really can't get off the ground.
Here they go again. Lucuria. Didak leads Makepeace to it. Watch his left foot. Just outside 50. Couldn't load up. Cole might from a set shot.
Don't turn your back on it.
That's where he was.
Collingwood Rob have kicked 6-1 from outside 50 tonight. No wonder Mick Malthouse was so keen on the 9-point super goal.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think playing here at Telstra Dome in perfect conditions with the roof closed, if you're a good kicking team, well, you gain even more advantage.
Cole hooking that. Was it inside? It looks as though it was. Big Anthony.
He'll have to come back.
Wrong side. Everything about this is difficult for him. That was a fine pack mark.
Well, they've kicked 13 of the last 18 goals, the Magpies.
Does not want to have a shot. Way down the ground. Sometimes it takes the defenders 3 kicks to get it that far out of the back pocket. Cole goes to Tarrant. They're very patient, Collingwood. Very disciplined.
Yeah, that's the word, Tim. They are patient. And they've got a lot of faith in their forward setup, which is hang on to the footy, put someone in a better position than you if you are on an angle or you're too far out. And they just set each other up time and time again.
Tarrant and Rocker have 3 each. Tarrant has 4.
That's a Carlton draft. If you want to know how to say that, that's Carlton. Like it's a secret, like Carlton. Like out of the side of your mouth, like Carlton. And draft, that's different. That's more of a surprise, draft. So think of a secret and a surprise, Carlton draft. And then just stick mate on the end. Carlton draft, mate. No, I've got one, thanks.
Carlton draft. Draft beer at its best.
Well, he's sort of sneaked up tonight, hasn't he, Chris Tarrant? He hasn't had a dominant night by any means, but he's still got 4 goals next to his name. And it's the Magpies by plenty. 69 to be precise. Cole. Fed it out to Holland. Tarrant again. Not this time. Malloy. It's been good. Oh, what's this free kick for?
Didn't handball it, John.
He didn't handball it, he said.
So Archer with the free kick. There's the Kangaroos switch. John Baird. Stevens. And his kick finds Harding. Harding pops it over the top. And the kick's good as Drew Petrie takes the mark. Too far out to score. So what's he going to do? He's pop it up to the top of the goal square or wait for a lead?
Well, he's got Porter back there.
So in the end he kicks to the hot spot. Porter the big wind up. No mark, soccer clever by Wakeland. Spills to Prestigiacomo. Everything running the Magpies' way. Good tackle on Buckley by Petrie. And we'll have a bounce. 55 out from the Kangaroos goal.
Good tackle by big Drew Petrie there on Nathan Buckley.
Motlop was the big fist. Good give by Lucuria to Locken. Quick hands to Prestigiacomo. That's a nice piece of spalling by Rupert Matheris. There's a couple of pats on the backside. Throw in on centre wing. Simpson caught one high.
Hasn't been the sort of night that we've come to expect from Adam Simpson. This is his 17th disposal. Spent a lot of the night on Buckley, who's had 27 disposals.
Kicks, and that's good courage filling the hole by Brody Holland, who's had a pretty good night. To Cloak. Have you seen Cloak's game tonight, Rob?
I think he's been pretty good. Look, he's desperate in the air, gets his fist on the footy, takes courageous marks, backs back to cause a spill. He's a little bit slow, gets caught with the footy, but a developing young player.
Good night for Ben Johnson too. Figure in this. Loney's hand pass smothered. Grant, as good as any of the Kangaroos, but an awful turnover. Burns. A mate piece. Yep, heard the umpire. His opponent simply fell over. Simpson now. And it's Motlop between half-back and wing. Collingwood by 69 points. It's been an awful drubbing. Sinclair have gone in some big circles tonight, the Kangaroos, and that one almost blew up in their face as embarrassingly as one in the previous quarter. Now it's Makepeace.
To Watt, who drives it long. Ball played by Jones. Can he control it? Does so. Nice little back step from Daniel Harris. Busting the pack was Petrie. Back to Jones. Now Wells. He's bowled over the line unceremoniously. Johnson had the kick smothered. Well done by Wells. Now Burns in his 150th. Got it off to Loney. He'll go for a run to Holland. Back to Loney. And his kick will find Malloy.
Been a contributor, Jared Malloy. He's used that big body to good effect. Buckley skirting Matheris. Won't have a shot from 80, but he will set it up perfectly for Tarrant.
60-metre pass. This is one of the best exhibitions of field kicking that I've seen from a footballer in a long, long time. Nathan Buckley tonight, you are a star.
You had him for his first year, didn't you, Rob?
Yes.
If I'm wrong, at Brisbane?
93.
Did you know back then he was going to be this good?
I knew he was going to be very, very good, yeah.
Didn't hang on to him for a long while, unfortunately.
1 year.
Sorry to remind you.
1 year.
Tarrant just 5 marks, well below his season's average, and he misses a 5th goal. Collingwood lead by 70 points. And as that youngster knows, percentage might count come September.
Well, come September, Tim, heaven help any Victorian team that plays a final in Perth. Because 1, they'll lose it, and 2, if they come back here for another one, they'll lose that.
It's going to be a tough ask, isn't it? Malloy stood his ground. Throw in. It's a 70-point margin in favour of Collingwood. Fraser against Porter. O'Brien. Good play to Rocker. Back to O'Brien. Now he looks for Loney, finds him. Got a couple of players in support. One of them's Burns. And he finds Didak. Alan Didak, too far out to score. Oh, it's bad defence by the Roos, but fortunately for them, Lucuria couldn't take the mark, but he still kicked a goal anyway.
Telstra has a new easy way of getting messages on your home phone, and it's completely free. It's called Telstra Home Messages 101. It takes messages when you're away from the phone, even when you're on the phone or internet. To turn it on, just dial 101. You know, it's great doing television without having to do a gag.
Telstra Home Messages 101. It's free to turn on and free to use. Dial 101 from home to turn it on.
And there's a player, a senior player for the Kangaroos who's really struggled tonight, David King. He's been a wonderful footballer for a long, long time for the Kangaroos. He's just had 6 disposals tonight. The one we remember, of course, was that magnificent torpedo goal.
76-point lead. Kangaroos winning it out of the middle. And Jones is able to take a mark here. Not much to be salvaged from this now for the Roos. They'll hang on to a place in the 8. But this isn't a night that's going to do a lot for their campaign. Unless, from the depths, they find renewed effort. Motlop.
Thanks, Sean. That's it. Get back here. Back here. Thanks, Daniel. Daniel, one round. That's it. Spot on the line.
Sent right around.
And don't creep forward from there. Don't creep forward from there.
Pretty tight angle there.
That's it, mate.
Just about gets stuck between the posts, as Jack Dyer used to say. Didn't get close. And the margin is 75.
I think since Spider Burton pulled out of this game, ruckman for the Kangaroos, they've done it really hard. They've used Lee Brown, they've used Petrie, they've used Porter, but none of them have really been able to, one, get their hand on the ball, and secondly, get possessions around the ground. Josh Fraser's done both for the Magpies.
Prestigiacomo, as Holland comes off for a well-earned rest for the Magpies. He's had a good night. Williams back on. Loney, very clever.
They share the ball well, the Magpies. They do play for each other.
O'Brien again, keeps it in play. Tarrant against Watt. Didak, dispossessed. Porter to Daniel Harris, who shows a good turn of speed. To half foot, good kick too. To Jones. Off to King. Digby Morrell. Now a high ball. Sam's underneath it. Well done by Cole. Stood his ground. And now Cloak to Lucuria. The Magpies out of danger. This is Johnson. And he finds Burns.
Collingwood in supreme control. Williams, just a little poke into midfield, and Loney.
Become an important player for them, Loney, Tim. He just uses the ball so well, particularly with that long left foot kick that he's got.
He's dangerous, isn't he? Cole just not quite kicking to the right spot. And Porter, this time, able to park himself in the right position. Rawlings again. Link-up man back there. Jones. Grant, who hasn't stopped running and trying. That's against Morrell for a little edge out. Don't think he's impressed. Cloak's ball.
Now Batheris.
It's a good sign to see Porter take a couple of overhead marks in that defensive 50.
Mark Porter didn't get a lot of game time though, Rob, when the game was there to be won, did he?
No, that was the interesting thing. I'd like to know his situation. I have a feeling that he can't be all that fit. If he was, with Burton going out of the team pre-game, you would expect that he'd automatically step in, particularly when the other options, Lee Brown, Petrie, well, they really don't measure up when you look at Porter.
Motlop.
That's it, mate. Easy. Thanks, mate.
To Makepeace. Looking at next week, Collingwood have got the Fremantle Dockers at the MCG, who had a great win today over Brisbane. And the Kangaroos host Melbourne. Shannon Grant, as Robert Wall said, has not stopped trying. 26 disposals, 15 of those in the third quarter. And that's a good mark taken by King.
Here it is here. Here it is here.
He's just as likely to kick a goal, David King.
Thanks, David. You're right on.
Kicked a ripper in the second quarter. Went
Don't fall from there, mate.
pretty much 70 metres.
You mentioned the Kangaroos have got Melbourne next week.
Yep. The MCG on Sunday.
Yeah, we saw Melbourne get a win last week. They play Carlton tomorrow at Optus Oval. If they can get another one there, well, then you've got a running team to contend with, because Melbourne at their best play some decent football.
David King has kicked 1 point.
That is a look of resignation.
Been their dirtiest night for the year, hasn't it?
Buckley, another magnificent kick in. The previous one was a beauty. It just cleared a Kangaroos player's fingertips and hit a target 15 metres clear of the 50, and that one found Kinnear, who gives to Licuria. And the midfield is virtually his. Williams has Brown bearing down, but knocking it straight to Big Anthony. Did well to scramble it onto the left. Tarrant, if he did that intentionally, it was a touch of genius to Licuria, who has another go, and it hasn't quite got enough curl on it. Collingwood by 75.
Shannon Grant in the back pocket. Kicks towards Morrell. Kinnear puts Collingwood back deep into attack to the goal square. Is it still in play? It might be. Didak twisting and turning. Goal! It's a goal!
I just wonder if that ball, watching it, I thought it might have hit the goal post and then came back to Alan Didak. But the Kangaroo players, they didn't seem to get too upset. Let's have another look at it.
It was well played by Didak. No, it definitely didn't hit the post.
No.
And
gee, he's got some tricks, hasn't he?
That was great.
It's running rings around the opposition, although I'd have thought, I mean, there was one hand in the back and one hand over the shoulder. The way they've adjudicated those tonight, I had the feeling the Kangaroo defence was anticipating it free.
Gee, the Kangaroos have kicked just 2 behinds in this final quarter. And Collingwood have rammed on 5 more goals.
This is a big percentage booster, 81 points. It's going to hurt the Kangaroos as much as it's going to be advantageous to the Magpies.
It's a training gallop. Licuria to Williams. There might be a few more goals left in it yet. Didak, perfect kick for Burns. And the 150 gamer can line up for his third from very kickable range.
A few Collingwood players like Didak, Fraser, it'll do them the world of good to have games where Jason Clark, where they get plenty of the football.
Not quite. Collingwood by 82 points.
Now the way the game, yeah, there's Nathan Buckley, and he's had 18 kicks. 17 of them have been effective. They've hit their mark.
There's a Collingwood great.
Well, he was a tough man, Des Tuddenham.
Did he frighten you, Rob?
Oh, absolutely, particularly at Victoria Park when he used to play there.
Jason Clark for a kick. Get you, DB. Push.
So free kick going Collingwood's way. The recipient is Cloak. It's a shellacking at the Telstra Dome. It's the Magpies by 82 points. Burns to Loney. They're queuing up at the moment, the Magpies.
Gee, they're patient, aren't they?
Well, Roden. He's had 22 disposals. 7 marks. Kick to goal.
Here's the mark. Right up, mate. You got a meter.
Just about his distance.
Kicking from about pretty much exactly 50 metres out. In fact, make it about 52. It's a good kick. Just didn't quite get the distance. And picking it off right on the goal line is Archer. To Grant. This is touch number 29 for him. Goes inboard to Jones. He's had a good second half, Corey Jones. Johnson. Now Wells showed flashes of brilliance. Good kick out wide. And running onto it is Michael Stevens, who kicks his first goal in Kangaroos colours. 4th goal of his 19-game career and his first goal in his 2nd game for the Roos, Michael Stevens.
And Daniel Wells, excellent delivery, and good to see the young fella kick his first goal for his new team. Now that mark was almost inside the forward 50. And Jason McCartney taking the call.
Tallying up the votes, I think, for the most courageous player medal, which will be awarded very shortly.
But the marks inside the forward 50, Collingwood's had an amazing 22 marks inside their forward 50.
Short last quarter. The shorter the better for the Kangaroos. They've been absolutely thumped by 76 points. In 3 of the quarters, they only kicked 1 goal. In the other, the third, they kicked 4, but they conceded 7 at the other end of the ground. The Magpies were magnificent. Tarrant kicked 4 of their goals. They racked up 19, and they move up a run on the ladder and leave the Roos a little shaky in 8th spot.
Yeah, they've leapfrogged the Kangaroos. The Roos are now 7 wins, 6 losses and a draw. Well, the Magpies are 8 wins and 6 losses. Ed just getting down the final score on the footy record. Putting in his collection. He's got a whole garage full of footy records.
And looking at the stats, you look at every Collingwood player made a contribution tonight. Prestigiacomo only the 6 disposals, but he was tight in defence. He played the full 100 minutes. Alan Didak came on in that second half and got some quality touches, kicked a couple of goals, and so it goes. Ben Kinnear only played a couple of senior games this year. Rupert Matheras did his bit, Locken did his bit. So it goes right through. Their top 6 were, well, just terrific, led by Buckley, Lucuria, Woden, Burns and so on. I guess the only downer for the Magpies is the injury to James Clement, which looks like it'll put him out of action for 3 weeks.
All right, well, as I said, tonight is the inaugural Jason McCartney medal for the most courageous player on the ground, is awarded by the judges, and with the winner is Jared Waitley.
All quarters for the first time tonight, the Jason McCartney medal has been awarded to acknowledge the most courageous player in a match between the Kangaroos and Collingwood. This game played in front of a record crowd for AFL at the Telstra Dome, and to award the medal for the first time, the man himself, Jason McCartney. Who's the winner?
Yeah, Anthony Rocco, for his efforts there in the first half, busted the game open. Well done, mate.
Anthony, a terrific honour to be the inaugural Jason McCartney medalist.
Oh, definitely, you know. You've seen what the guy's going through, and he's put his heart and soul on the line for his club, as well as his family and all the rest of the people involved. So it's probably the biggest honour I've received. So thank you very much.
What a powerhouse display by the Pies tonight.
Yeah, it was. You know, we were pretty focused. both teams were, fighting for a good position in the 8. So we come out and we asserted ourselves early, and that's the way it panned out.
Goals hadn't been easy to come by for you in recent weeks, but boy, early in the game and the goal from 60 was quite remarkable.
Yeah, they've been pretty rare over the past couple of weeks, but it was good to get on the couple early, but that's the way it panned out.
You're now the leading Victorian side. You're our hopes in September. It's starting to build momentum at Victoria Park.
Yeah, it is. After the break, we've come out and we've refreshed a little bit, and we're going to give it a good crack. And it's good to see all the people out here. You spur us on, so keep coming out, and we're doing it for you.
Congratulations, Anthony Rocker, the inaugural Jason McCartney medalist.
There we go. A great honour, as Anthony Rocker said, getting the votes tonight. It was a 3-2-1 deal, and Rocker got over the line. But there were some great players tonight as far as that medal is concerned. Woden was in the mix, Shannon Grant, Holland, Malloy, just to name a few.
Yeah, and I thought Josh Fraser, his courage to ruck all night against 3 or 4 different opponents, I thought he stood up particularly well for the Magpies.
76 points. No one came here tonight expecting that type of thumping. It's very un-Kangaroo-like, Robert. Without taking anything away from Collingwood.
No, look, Collingwood were terrific. I think they got the Kangaroos at a time when they were vulnerable, and they just look like a team that needs a rest, the Kangaroos, and I would think that Dean Laidley would just freshen them up. A lot of youngsters in that side, and it looked like there was a fair bit of wear and tear on them. Their forwards let them down. I know the ball didn't get in there with a great amount of quality, but some of their tall forwards just have to take more marks and present stronger than they did tonight.
It's only 2 games for them since the bye, Rob. Has that not had a freshening effect?
Well, it
was a tough game last week in the wet.
Well, it was. They had the travel, and they also played in really wet conditions over there. It would have taken a bit out of them. And also, they say the Subiaco hoodoo. Subiaco is the biggest ground in the competition, so you do have to cover more ground as far as running goes. Wear and tear in the running is certainly there. So, they struggled tonight, but take nothing away from Collingwood. That was a really good exhibition of football.
So the Magpies home tonight in emphatic fashion, defeating the Kangaroos by 76 points. We'll take a break. Back to wrap up shortly.